Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome to the holiday special that we have prepared for you called The Fight Before Midwinter. Now, before I get into it, my name is Yang Yang Wang, and I'll be DMing this special holiday one-shot today. It is going to be a soft continuation of, I'm going to call it the Holiday Verse series of Westgate regular games. I have asked the players to level themselves to 8, but they are allowed to choose some of the items that they've gotten further on in their career. So, don't be confused by anything that might be like canon squishy. Now, I'm going to popcorn it over to Erin to introduce herself.
Hey, I'm Erin M. Evans. I am the author of the Books of the Usurper and the Brimstone Angels saga. And tonight I am playing Cecilia, a half-elf warlock who's got some ideas about how Christmas should go. Or Midwinter. Sorry, Midwinter should go. I'm also going to tell you about our sponsor. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Farida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Epic, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, you will see a code for an Electrum chest of your very own, or you can type exclamation point code in the chat to get one that you can copy and paste. And as always, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check them out at idlechampions.com.
We're going to popcorn it too, Erin.
Oh, sorry. Go, Rhiannon.
Okay. I have dice partners to tell you about. Norse Foundry makes metal dice. When you roll them, it feels like you're skillfully smashing the rigid armor of the monster horde. You can find their dice and accessories at norsefoundry.com. Phoenixdice is named for the creature that rises from the ashes because they use all recycled materials for their dice. You can find their dice and accessories at phoenixdice.com, or you can type exclamation point ticket into the chat and win a set of your own tonight, especially for Midwinter. I am Rhiannon Held, professional archaeologist. I write urban fantasy as Rhiannon Held, and space opera as RZ Held. I'm playing Artemisia, who half-elf sorcerer, very classy and elegant sort of decorating style. And I also just want to mention briefly my books at Smashwords. All my ebooks are half off until the end of the year. So check that out. I will put a link in the chat. And I will popcorn to Christian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Hatcher. I am an actor, singer, dancer, stuntman, performer, cinematographer, producer. I do a lot of things. I have a lot of fun doing them. I am really, grateful and happy to be here, that I got invited to come play some holiday D&D. I haven't streamed in a long time. And I guess the big thing that I would love to plug is my cousin and I created our own little D&D podcast. We're making our own universe. It's called Stardust and Dragons. Like right behind me is one of the little companies that one of our artists created with our logos. It's getting bigger and bigger. I think we have a commercial that we might show after or before, during, I don't know, some point
during the break.
this session. Yeah, there you go. During the break, that you guys can see a little bit of what we're kind of doing. It's about a minute and a half long. But if you want to take a listen, our episodes are about usually an hour to an hour and a half. Sometimes they go a little longer because, D&D. But we kind of created it to where it tells a story. So even the person that doesn't like D&D can understand what's going on. But we're basically anywhere that you have a podcast. So that's stardustanddragons.com or Stardust and Dragons in general. Just type that in and we should pop up. It's Feature Band. And I guess popcorning it over to Jake.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jake Hipsch. You've seen me probably on here. I've run a couple of one-shots for the Stargazer's Guide to Aurora and have played in a few things like the latest Red Scales, Blue Scales, West Side Story-esque Kobold adventure during the 24-hour live stream. It's so nice to see you all here. I want to give a big shout out over to Christian and to Stardust and Dragons. I am helping write some of that, and it is such a blast to see that coming to life and to see some of the innovative stuff that they're doing over there. So just a huge shout out. Beyond that, I write adventures and often just support other individuals in coaching them on how to write adventures. I have an extensive number of years put into running role-playing games in some kind. And I wish I could say professional archaeologist, but I'm not that. But educator by trade. So it's a ton of fun to be here and just be joining us in community. and then I'll pass things over to Yang Yang.
Thank you. All right. So, we're in the city of Westgate once again. It is a city in the Forgotten Realms, and it is the night before the Midwinter Festival. Yeah, let's say it's the morning time. The sun is very beautifully shining. You hear like soft singing all throughout the city. There's just like a general air of like festiveness. And you see a lot of different religious groups around the cities like performing their yearly rites in the street. Now, Briar House is a large, beautiful mansion that belongs to Artemisia Terraron. And this holidays, it's usually full of like the Westgate regulars, but this holiday, most of them have gone on their own little holiday vacations. And so it is just Artemisia and Cecilia at home. And you hear, as you approach the house, the sounds of voices. You can't quite tell what they're saying, but it's animated. Very animated. And as we get the first peek inside the house, we see the two sisters having a lively discussion. Now, maybe what does Briar House look like right now? We can start with Artemisia. Oh, sorry.
It looks amazing. I'm gonna just say that before she starts talking.
Well, I can speak to the basis here because
You could say what your vision was.
yes. The plan was so Artemisia is clearly feeling a little sort of self-conscious, like without her friends around. She's falling back sort of more on old habits, and her stepmother is very much of the Melania Trump school of Christmas decorating or midwinter decorating. So there's a lot, there's not bare branches, but there's a lot of just stark greenery, not too much shiny or flashy, maybe a little bit of sort of metal sort of ornaments, glass ornaments, very understated green holly berries, but no flashy. That was the plan. And so clearly she began that and started putting up the greenery. But we'll see where it has gone since then.
You gave me a list, and I got what was on the list, and I got the stuff you forgot on the list. Because now, in addition to the beginnings, there are sort of these floating lights hanging from the staircase and the banister, which are playing a slightly off-key midwinter carol that Cecilia doesn't know how to turn off. There is several trees, which she was sent to get nice, dark green evergreens, and these are colorful tinsel trees because there was already not enough color going on. I found these cool balls of mirrors that are hanging from the ceiling, and so everything is sparkly. Somebody, I'm not gonna say who, but I think I could guess, broke my dancing Elminster, so I got another one, a bigger one, a louder one. And I got this cool feather garland swag that is is enhancing the bare branches. And I am trying to convince her to let me put this cool inflatable midwinter mimic. It's got like a gust of wind charm, so it just stays big. And at night, it's going to light up and it's going to look really cool on the roof. I'm not going to fall off the roof. It's fine.
So first of all, the things that the little lights that are playing songs, are they all playing the same song?
Yeah, but it's like just slightly off key.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. So this slightly off-key song is playing like throughout the house, and it nowhere near drowns out like the lively discussion the two of you are having, because like you might have started off civil, but your voices have raised over the course of pretending to work together. Is that fair?
Well, I'm sure that there's somewhere in the house that you could do this, but there's an aesthetic that it needs to work together. And I'm not saying you can't have this stuff somewhere, like behind a closed door, maybe some kind of silence on that door, but
your stepmother is not even going to be here. Why do you want all this sad stuff?
but it's elegant.
I think
quiet.
this is better. It's quiet. Okay, I'm feeling very attacked right now if you like quiet things. I'm just gonna say.
No. But oh wow. She's like, how do I walk myself out of that one?
So it's
Okay,
at
fine.
that
I can
moment.
take down the garland.
It's at that
Yes,
moment that you
yes.
hear like a sharp rap at the door, like bum 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 bum, and then you hear another one, bum 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 bum.
Well,
And it gets even
Hello?
more insistent. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. I'm gonna summon my great axe, and I'm gonna open the door with the great axe behind my back just in case, because this is how we get vampires.
true,
So-
true.
I'm gonna open the door and be like, "Can I help you?"
Standing before you, you see a man who slowly pulls off his Christmas hat, his winter veil hat, and you see as he is standing before you. This is a guy, probably a human, maybe in his like 50, maybe late 50s, 60s. Maybe a little bit of Botox, maybe a little bit of dyeing of the hair, maybe not ready to accept what's going on, but also like very clearly has joined a CrossFit group for a while. Like is very much has drank the Kool-Aid about CrossFit and is like fully into it. And you see as he's standing there, he's pulled off his hat, but in one hand he's holding the hat, and the other hand he's holding what looks to be like this little, a mephit, one of those little elemental like goblins. It almost looks like that, but it's like way too gnarled, and then has a little like Santa hat type of thing on it, festive hat on itself. And as the man standing there, just behind him, you see another figure sort of just in the dim light. But as the man stands there, hand up to knock again, you hear as he goes, Dumu Melaka!
Okay, same to you, pal.
I said, well, please hide me. Please hide us.
Because
Why
Aren't
do
they
you
that-
ask the people the things? We just take what we want, Father. And I walk forward, and what you see is, with a somewhat similar resemblance to this man, but very dressed very differently. I dressed with somebody that has way too much confidence in being wrong. He has on a wizard's hat with a gold breastplate that belongs on a knight with a giraffe just in the center of it. He has a diamond encrusted sword that goes all the way down to like the ground and is kind of dragging behind him, obviously way too large for him, and a staff in one arm. Just all of these different amalgamations of all these different classes, but he feels comfortable with it, and he starts to try and stride through the door as
swing
Father.
the axe down and be like, well, let's get on the same page here. And I realized that we didn't describe our characters. We just got kind of in the group, but these two people don't know us at all.
True.
So what do
at
they
the
see?
door, at the door is a half-elf woman with dark hair that is not well kept. It's a little. She probably didn't run a brush through it today. And she is, there's a little kindred spirit in there, Theodore, because she has got layers of clothes on that don't necessarily make sense. The skirt, there's too many scarves. This is not someone who necessarily is dressing to fashion, but is, fairly layered up. And yeah, is holding this massive great axe that's shimmering with kind of a cold light that doesn't see, it's kind of see-through. It's almost like it's not there. And etched into it are patterns of animals and heroes and Rashemi runes. And actually, I guess I will keep Cecilia. She's got a mask hanging off her belt.
Well, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. And Artemisia, she's a little bit taller, but of the sisters, she's the younger one. And half elf, she has her hair like done up in a really like tight braid cornet, and really like tight is the word, like tightly wound, tightly buttoned. Like she's got a long jacket kind of thing, and it's like really pulled in. And she is impeccably styled, like classy, like everything, not matchy matchy, but like a pop of color and this and that and the other thing. And the other thing is that she does have long sleeves and a fairly high neckline, but you can see sort of on her neck and a little bit on her cheeks, her skin is actually bronze scales, like little tiny ones, and then they sort of fade out. So on her face, it doesn't look like she has scales, just bronze skin. But it's pretty obvious on her like neck and arms that you can see.
Now, Artemisia, how do you feel upon seeing Theodore's outfit?
I think there's a little bit of, well, she was raised to be sort of chillingly polite by her stepmother. So there's probably a little moment where she's sort of like,
Yeah, I think that plus the decorations like have so thrown you off your game. Like the very first roll you're gonna make in this game will be at a disadvantage. You're just
Totally
slightly off. But yeah, so Theodore tries to push in past you, Cecilia. You see him just like confidently strolling forward. You could tell that he just like is going to just brush right past you if you let him.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing the axe down and be like, hold up. Artemisia, do you know these guys?
Theodore will take a few steps back. Father, hurry.
Yes.
He
Yes.
talks like you know him.
You don't know us. No, we're new here. My name is Nigel Fairchild, and this is my my son, Theodore Fairchild. We need your assistance. We heard of your exploits, and what's that sound coming from your house? Never mind. Please, if you could let us in.
Festivity.
Yes, it sounds so good, but please, we are in
Why are
dire
you lying
need.
to them, Father? It doesn't sound good at all.
Theodore, quiet. Please. People are coming after us, and we
Okay.
need your assistance.
Why are they coming after you?
Once we get inside the sanctuary, I can explain more, please.
Okay, first things first. 1, are you a vampire? Show me your teeth.
Ah,
Okay, number 2, are you doppelgangers?
What is a doppelganger?
no, I can guarantee you that neither of us are doppelgangers.
If I find out either of you are doppelgangers, you're gonna be in for a world of hurt.
Well, what is
No.
a doppelganger? We might be one, Father. You never know.
No, I think the idea that we would be impersonating somebody else is way far-fetched in this
Oh, they could
situation,
never
so-
impersonate this. And he just opens up the breastplate just a little bit more.
I wanna look at you, Cecilia, and I want to use my feature for a
Okay.
moment. And as you look at me, you see that I have the background of a haunted one. And as you look
Okay.
into my eyes, you see that I have faced unimaginable horror as Theodore is saying this and gesturing to the outfit. And there is a level of like, please, for the love of God,
Yeah,
help
I'm gonna
us.
add to that. You sense like a depth, like a long suffering depth in his soul. Like it is deep in there, and you are not sure whether it is like from facing monsters or the dangers of the road or from
This kid.
yeah, maybe.
I'm going to go one step further to invite you to make an insight check. You're a savvy adventurer, if you
I
would
love
like.
it.
This is
I
a
love it.
moment of seeing.
That is a 15. What
A
gets me
15. Nice. Yeah. All right. So as you look and take in Nigel for a second, I'll just reveal that, like, in addition to that depth, right, you almost hear it in the way that even Nigel said, like, my son, and you see a quick look and then sort of like almost a mixed level of sadness, defeat, and something deeper that a 15 does not tell you going on. And in this moment, you hear the little creature that, like the doll that Nigel is holding go, I see you. And
Okay.
you Nigel just sort of goes, please.
Okay. Come in.
Good job, Father.
She'll kind of usher you in and close the door. And she's gonna look from behind Nigel and Theodore over to Artemisia and just mouth like,
So many
This-
colors.
Is a lovely home you have here.
thank you.
It's in process. The final result. It's like cooking. The final result will be a melding of some of the ingredients into one whole.
I
Yeah, the good
wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Theodore, it's just like your cooking. It's always in process. Good, but always a little better. It could be
But
always a little better.
Father, you always eat it. I don't understand where these notes keep coming from. You finish everything.
I do finish
Yes.
it, yes.
So, what is it you're running from here?
We don't have much time.
Okay.
This is a Gremley. It is the hottest toy on the market at the time. I got the last one. You saw me, Theodore. I stopped at nothing. I fought at least 4 of them to get you.
You did a very
to
good
get
job,
us
Father.
this.
A
Yes,
very
yes.
good job.
Thank you. But you won't get it until Christmas or until the holidays. So, but they're coming for it. It's the hottest thing.
Who's they?
Well, everyone, dear, everyone.
Everyone wants that thing?
Yes.
And you see as it turns, it has 2 massive eyes, and as it turns, it says, "Amimi Nulua." And you see as it just stares at you.
What is it speaking? Is that like abyssal or something?
Should I could cast tongues if we need
Oh,
to.
yes, she can speed up the
I'm
process.
intrigued.
I think I can translate for you. I think it said, "I'm very happy."
So yeah, when you look at it, like the way it did it, it is kind of cute, but it's also really a little bit creepy, a little unsettling.
I'm not right now. Cecilia is mildly convinced that this is some sort of demon that has convinced him it's a toy, but she feels prepared for that.
But actually, like, so somewhere in the back of your minds, you do recognize it vaguely. Like, you have
Okay.
heard of this season's latest hottest trends, and you have seen this doll, like pictures of it or posters of it in the stores, like, you know, in big posters that say like, "We've got the Gremley," or "The Gremley is coming."
I think they're all tiny demons, which is why I did not go buy a bunch and scalp them, because that would have been smart. Unless you're, creating an abyssal horde, and that's not a good plan for anybody.
You know what? Maybe you did go try to scalp it, or maybe Lethaka
Shut up!
tried
I
to.
didn't try. I didn't try. I
Yeah,
knew
you
it
did
was a
try.
bad
Nobody knows.
idea. I didn't fail at this. I just didn't try because I knew it was a bad idea. Who told you otherwise? Was it
Yeah.
Sturge? Sturge is fired.
Yeah, and so like Lethaka maybe came to you once upon a time and told you how she like went out and tried to like get a few of them, you know, for the scalping plan, and like she couldn't because they were just sold out, selling out like hotcakes, couldn't find them anywhere. So you hadn't even actually seen one in life until now.
And you watch its little arms just sort of like,
Oh, it
It's-
likes you.
it
Oh,
does.
good.
It does like you all. It likes me. But we need assistance.
Okay. So you need assistance, and we're gonna defend you against these people that are gonna try to take it.
Oh, if it's that simple, she understands. We have money. Do you like money? We have it.
Yes.
Ah, it's settled in, Father. We have our defenders. I will go take a nap now. Where is the nearest the bed?
Yes, he does need his beauty sleep for him to be at his best
Oh,
self.
okay, 1 second. Let me confer with my sister for just a minute over rates and such.
Very good.
Come
And I'll
here.
confer, Theodora, if we would.
Yes, well, we confirm.
We sidebar.
I'll grab Artemisia's
sidebars.
arm and drag her into the dining room that's off of the entry hall. Be like, did you see that thing? That thing is really creepy, isn't it?
It apparently people want it. That's all anybody talks about around the city. So
This city is full of crazy people, and I'm more convinced of that every day. Okay, so this sounds like a fun midwinter eve activity. Yeah?
well, I mean, it's their right to keep it if they got it. So it's the right thing. And also, I mean, keeping up with the rent for this place, it's pretty hard. So I mean, I agree, I think.
Okay.
And maybe we should just to prepare you in case of any of your ornaments are broken in the scuffle.
Are you gonna use this as an excuse to trash the beautiful work that I did in this house? I could have put this all in the witch house if I could get it to come back here, because it went on a little walk. But I brought it for you because it needed some color.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
And it's not at all about you breaking my dancing Elminster.
Yeah.
It was broken when I arrived. Maybe it was
Okay.
Mirabelle. It's like it's a kid's toy.
It's a beautiful piece of festive decor. Okay. So we'll just stash them upstairs, and if anybody comes, we'll just tell them they left, and then we'll take the money and say we were great defenders, and this seems reasonable.
Okay.
We don't have to give them some jewel, do we?
No.
As you say that, and you kind of glance over at the jeweled, you notice that the liquid is beginning to just quiver oh so slightly. And then that quivering becomes a little greater and a little greater as you feel like a thunderous voice just rip through the mansion and echo, "Attention! Thieves of the Gremley! Come out of the mansion immediately! We demand the return of the Gremley, or else we're going in there. You have 1 minute to comply."
Okay. Were you guys doing sidebar too?
Yeah. But smash cut quick right before this announcement to our sidebar. So Nigel is standing there holding the Gremley in one hand, hat in the other. Theodore, you're there.
Hello, Father. What do you want to talk about?
I will pay them for you, Theodore. Don't worry.
Yes.
We will get through this. I got this for you. Are you happy?
Well, not yet. I mean, you haven't given me the gift. I mean, you're saying that I have to wait until
Yes,
holidays or
you
something like
do
that.
have to wait till the holidays. I'm sorry, though. I'm so
Well, it's
sorry.
right there. I mean, I don't see, but okay. I'm on the way to being happy, Father. How does that make you feel?
No, it makes me it makes me so happy to hear that. Yes.
Good. Now, finish the job. I mean, we have it, but we need to maintain it. Okay?
Yes.
Finish the job, Father. Finish the job.
I will finish the job. I promise. I always keep my word, so I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Is that all?
Yes. Can you find a way to turn off that's music, though? It really, and we get interrupted.
That's what the echoing move. Yeah, that's what it happens.
I am assuming that the magic lights, if someone hits them with a dispel magic, it will stop it. But it's not going to be Cecilia.
I mean, we'll find out.
Not just because she doesn't know that spell.
Somebody else does, so.
Okay.
Because I am God in this world, you've tried Artemisia and it does not dispel it. It is
Oh no!
No.
Plug your ears, Father. It'll be fine.
Okay.
The booming voice comes again. 50 seconds!
Okay, I'm gonna rush to the door, and set my packed blade down against, because it's two doors, so set the backpack blade against one where I can reach it, yank open the door, and go and see first of all, what am I faced with when I open the door?
Yeah, so the first thing that you see is a great big chariot. It looks incredibly fancy, well made. It's clearly like the chariot of a very important person, perhaps like a noble or like a very wealthy merchant. In front of the chariot, you see, did I say chariot? I mean, man, what are those things?
Carriage?
Carriage, yeah, carriage, thank you. And so in front of the carriage, you see an incredibly tall, like statuesque woman. She's got like flowing black hair off of one side and then a streak of white hair on the other. And she's got like a hat that's sort of like at an off angle. And she's just got her hand on one hip, just staring at your house. And on the other, she has like a bag that she's holding, with her other hand. And then next to her is the source of the voice. He looks like an old wizened wizard. He's wearing like dark gray robes, and he's like casting some magic with one hand that you recognize to be thaumaturgy, like the thaumaturge, the cantrip to enhance his voice. And he's got sort of like this tired look on his face. He's got like, deep bags under his eyes. And to the sides of the carriage are just rows and rows of house guards, and all of them are wearing like gray and white sashes.
Okay. I'm going to lean out and go, "Can I help you?"
The guy,
Like I don't know what they're talking about.
the old man, like in the middle, the wizard, instead of in the middle of counting down to 40, he like stops off and he says, "Do not pretend. We have tracked the Gremley to this house. There is no fault here, for I have foreseen it." And you get a sense that he's like a divination wizard.
Oh. Really? Sorry, Artemisia.
Artemisia wants to sort of push out, and then when she notices the woman with the the hat and the hair, and she sort of stands up even straighter and like sort of touches her own hair, and is like, could you tell us more about these? It's terrible thieves, you said.
The lady narrows her eyes. She looks like she's like sort of impatient or like bored with the situation. But you could see that everybody is like at attention, like to her word. And you could see that the wizard keeps like glancing like nervously at her every once in a while. But he projects his voice and he says, "Look, we're not born yesterday. We know you're just buying time for the two fugitives to run. That toy is by right the Countess Mariana's, and we would like it returned henceforth. You have 30 seconds to comply."
I know. I think I know what happened. Is it this? And she's gonna drag out the big inflatable Midwinter mimic, and she's gonna be like, "You guys get upstairs right now," and be like, "I got this. Isn't it great?" And she pulls it out. She's like, "I think maybe you tracked someone from was from the store, right? The place that's down by the dock. The one, you know what I'm talking about. The place where you came from. I went there and I bought this. And I suspect you got mixed up because it's just me and my sister in there, and I don't want a gremlin. No judgment. People love what they love. I mean, check out what she decorated our house with. I get it. It's
roll me a
popular.
deception
You
check.
want to be popular.
Roll me a
as you're
deception check.
Yeah, and as you're rolling the deception check, as you're saying this, so quietly in the back of the house, you hear, "Ah, me, you I love you."
So we're just like, what was that?
I don't know. It's my friend David.
Or is it that
15.
dancing Elminster you bought?
Oh, you know what? I did. I got a dancing Elminster. You
Countess,
should
if
get
you
one of those instead of a gremlin. They're great. They're hilarious. He does a little like boop boop a doop boop a doop boop a doop.
What did you roll on the deception check?
It was a 15.
A 15. Okay. The wizard looks a little confused, and he's like, "Well," but then you see the lady like move her hand like off her hip and then just touch him on the elbow, and then she just shakes her head, and then he's like, "Look, 20 seconds."
20 seconds of what? And
Before we come in,
you're not coming in the house.
we must search your house.
No.
I mean, it's my sister, she also sometimes pays rent. It's our property, and you can't just come in, then you would be like thieves yourselves. How do we know that you're not here to take things with some excuse?
Right?
We are here
right.
to take
This
things
feels
by
like a Night
force
King.
if necessary. 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. I would like to kind of give Artemisia the look and trigger the Midwinter mimic thing that I made up so that it inflates and slows them down. Is that okay? Because
Oh,
I
heck
did
yeah.
just honestly made this up for flavor, but I love using it. It's big.
Yeah.
It's meant to be as like sit on the roof, one of those absolutely ridiculous inflatables. And there's like a gust of wind, some object that is imbued with gust of wind that you can kind of kick it and it goes.
Yeah, that sounds great. So first of all, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
And then, second of all, Theodore and Nigel, think about what you've been doing in the meantime.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Are we
'Cause
part
you
of this
do hear
initiative
this.
roll?
Yes, and you hear
Alright,
you
great.
hear this stuff like going on nearby. I assume that you're still downstairs. You're still nearby, maybe like in the foyer or just like the side room.
Heck yeah, why not? Chill it.
Told you to go upstairs. That's why not.
Oh no, we're paying you money. You should handle this.
Oh. 14.
14.
8 for me.
I think that was. Let's see, that was a 13 for Theodore Fairchild.
13.
21 for Nigel.
Ooh, 21 for Nigel.
Yes, father. Do you think?
Okay. So Cecilia sets off this inflatable Midwinter mimic as like the very first action of this encounter. Now you see like, I guess from your vantage point, that's all you might be able to tell, Nigel. But what are you going to do? You are going to actually kick off the actual combat.
As the inflatable is being set up, right? I think Theodore, you see as Nigel sort of locks eyes with you and says, "Son, go upstairs. Get yourself safe. They found me, and so I'll distract them for a while."
Father, I am almost done ritually casting your silence. You didn't want to hear the sounds anymore. I'm almost finished. Just wait for a few more moments and we'll be good.
Okay, yes. So we can wait for that. As long as you can get that done. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Father.
And then I take the Gremley and I'm like, I won't lose you. Don't worry. This is for the holidays. This is for love. And I stuff the Gremley deep into my shirt. And as I'm stuffing it in, you hear it go, Dumu Mela. Yes, I will hug you someday. I'll hug you. Don't worry. And then for my action, I will go to the nearest window and outwardly just stare out of it, but like in a peeking way.
Okay. So as you go towards the window, you see that the tall, statuesque woman has not moved an inch. She doesn't even like lift an eyebrow at this, but the rest of her guards seem to be impeccably trained as they in unison begin to draw little like hand crossbows from their belt, and then they like kneel down and they begin to fire at the Midwinter mimic inflatable. Now let's see how tough this. Okay, I'm just gonna give it an AC and we're just gonna roll some attacks, I guess.
Then the gust of wind blows them away, right? That's how that works.
Not your turn yet. They get to go before you, unfortunately.
I don't have that to cast.
Oh, okay.
That was inside. That's why I came up with that, how it would inflate. But
Okay.
suddenly it's a combat tool.
Yeah.
So you can't blame a girl for trying.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. 2 of the crossbow bolts skid off the surface of this Midwinter mimic without piercing it, but 2 of them actually puncture into it, and it arrests like the inflation of it. So it's like sort of like half inflated right now, and it's like slowly beginning to deflate, but it's still kind of considered like half cover at the moment. Now, Cecilia, it is your turn.
Okay.
So you have this thing in front of you. It's
Yeah.
like starting to deflate, but it's still quite large. And everybody else who was in the distance are about maybe like the ladies maybe like 200 feet in front of you. The carriage is about maybe 220 feet away, and the wizard is right next to her, and the guards are like, to the sides of that, flanking
Okay.
them.
As much as I want to save my slots for smites, because I do so love a smite, this seems like an excellent time to cast a very festive sickening radiance between us.
Nice.
So yeah, Cecilia is going to summon just a spread of, and her sickening radiance is tinted by the magic of the heart of the piercing. So it is red, which seems festive, instead of the green, and that light spreads out in a 30-foot radius right in front of Briar House. So if you're coming in the door, you have to walk through this or be creative. And then she's gonna book it into the house.
As you try to cast a spell, it gets counterspelled.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Can I counter? I don't want to waste one of my slots on a counter spell for this, but it's already wasting my slot. I'm so mad.
Well,
All right.
can Artemisia counterspell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Obviously. So.
What level spell slot are you going to use?
Oh, I shouldn't use a super high one. I'll use a 3rd level.
Okay. Okay. Roll a d20 and add your spellcasting ability modifier to it.
Okay. And I used to know my ability modifier, but okay. So that is 13.
Okay. So that counterspell does not end up working, unfortunately.
Darn.
Yeah, so no sickening radiance. And you see the wizard, the diviner guy who had like cast that as his reaction, like he sort of like looks happily towards like the woman who gives no reaction whatsoever.
Oh, cold.
So Cecilia, you are bolting up the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. Theodore, it is your turn.
Where are you going? You are supposed to be protect.
No, I've gone into the house, up the stairs, into the door.
Oh, got you.
And it's that saying, because you guys are supposed to be upstairs.
Yes.
So if I see you in the sitting room, that's what I'm gonna be like. What happened to go upstairs?
Didn't you take care of her and the man already? Isn't that done? We paid you the money.
No. Who is that?
I don't know. They're following us. I don't. Whatever. And then I turn my hand and I will cast Guardian of Faith right next to the door. So appearing basically next to the door is the version of Theodore that he sees himself as. So a much like burlier him, like the hair is flowing in the make-believe wind that's definitely not there, even though he stands still, and that like diamond encrusted sword stands in front of him with the full like armor and still has on the wizard hat, but somehow this version of him is making it work. And so what I'll do is I will put that right by the door, and basically the way that spell works is it's just a large spectral guardian, and any hostile creature that moves in that space within 10 feet will take 20 radiant damage on a failed save. It's not concentration, and it lasts for 8 hours. And so it's by the door, but on the side, like where they wouldn't see it if they came in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start making my way up the stairs to hopefully like a little banister or anything like that, to where I'm not in the fray so much. And that will be the end of my turn. Take care of this, father.
Yeah, so
I will.
Cecilia,
I'll handle everything.
Cecilia, as you're like sprinting up into the house, you feel or you can sense like this glow coming from behind you from like Theodore's spirit guardian spell, and you definitely recognize it, from your history of partying with Rogar. So yeah. So you pass that and then you run past Theodore. And Theodore, where are you going afterwards? Are you moving?
Yes, I was going to move to like probably halfway up the stairs, try to, get a lay of the land as the people below me run around and do things.
Okay. After that, so Nigel, in the window, you see the lady make sort of like a tisking motion, and you see her reach into her bag where she pulls out what appears at first to be like a small doll. But then she places it on the ground, and like you see it beginning to like grow in size, and you realize that it's another wizard. He's wearing a set of green robes this time, as he like enlarges his size and grows to like full human size. And then and then she's like saying something to him, and he begins to like move his hands and like prime some sort of spell. Okay, so Artemisia, it is your turn.
Oofta. Well, so it sounds like they're out of her range. And there's no sickening radiance there, but there is the sort of mimic. So can she still shut the door? The front door,
Yeah.
or okay.
Yeah.
Because she's going to quickly shut the front door, and then sort of stand there like, I have no spells that can reinforce this door. The property damage on my house is going to begin again. No. And I think she'll back up a little bit to say the foot of the stairs. But then basically she's figuring they're going to be coming through at some point, but then at least they'll be in her range. So.
Okay. Okay.
We
so
should have a proper bar to go across the door, shouldn't we?
I think so.
I feel like
Yeah.
that has to be true. We've had so many ridiculous incursions in this house. We should have basic security features that don't involve one of us being awake and in range.
Though the question is she strong enough to lift the bar onto the door?
I would say
I
so
would
because it's your
consider
house, and I'm
staying.
sure you would have ensured
That's
that
true.
you could.
True.
Like, there's
Levers.
definitely a bar.
Please.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely a bar. You could definitely put it down in place. So you like lock it with a solid click, and then so you close the door, you lock it, and then what are you doing? Are you readying? Are you moving?
Yeah, she's retreating to the foot of the stairs.
Okay.
So once they come through, then
right.
she's going to hit him with a spell.
Okay. So all of you are on the stairs except for Nigel, who is by the window. So Nigel, once again, it is your turn, but like as you have been watching this wizard like moving his hands, you see like he places down like two glowing statues. Like one is glowing blue and the other one's glowing red, like in front of him. And out of those pop out a fire elemental and what appears to be some sort of like icy elemental that's like humanoid shaped. And the two of them like are they train their gaze at the front door of the house. So it's your turn, Nigel.
Don't worry, Theodore. Everything's gonna be okay. It's all going according to plan. It's bad. It's really bad out
Why do
there.
you keep saying that? Just end it already, Father. I'm getting tired of using spells.
I'm working on it, Theodore. Daddy will be done soon. I want to do a quick check before I take my action, which is I need to make an Arcana check here. I'm in my prime as an adventurer, not old at all, and I haven't. I've only I'm sharp and I've seen some stuff though, and with a 19 Arcana, I just have to quick double check something here. Very clearly, they're Matroska dolling in some way, shape, or form. These wizards, and could you remind me what? So we have a red and a blue elemental creatures at this point in time. We have a green wizard. What was the wizard who cast counterspell colored?
Gray robe. But you can
Great,
see
and
like
what's-
there's an insignia of like an eye pattern like on his
Yeah, sure. And what's her colors?
White and dark gray.
I just have to like in the back of my head real quick. I'm just like checking off issues. We're not like dealing with a potential slod pretending to be people, are we?
You could throw it out there. How would you know?
Great. All right, because yeah, it just seems like that's how slod work. So,
How do you want to test for slod?
Oh, sure. Uh oh, how do I want to test for slod? Yeah. What a great question. I go, does anyone
You
have
go like, oh, look at this tadpole eatable flesh right here. And
Yeah.
yeah. Throwing at you.
I want to I want to just back up, run up the stairs, right? Get in front of Theodore in the process though, and then I want to turn to Cetsalia and Artemisia and just go, do you have any idea how to test for slod? Because I get this feeling for just a moment, based upon the color scheme, that we might be fighting something much worse.
Ugh, gross. Again?
What is a slod?
Don't
Frog
worry.
monster that takes over your body and eats your brain.
Theodore, Daddy will take care of it. Don't worry about it. So, is there a way?
Really not getting a lesson in the real world, is he?
What?
What are you talking about? We're living in the real world. This isn't a game.
Can you make an insight check for me, Cetsalia? And then I'll conclude my turn by asking one quick question.
So it's 11. Cecilia got an 11.
Am I able to still maintain vision on the imposing lady outside, even if I go to the stairs?
The door is shut, so I don't.
Yeah,
think
the
so.
door is shut,
Okay,
and
no worries.
so I don't believe so.
Yeah, perfect. Even with an 11, I'll reenact it one more time as you say, he's not learning a lesson. I go, wait, what? There's almost, you would take that as to how you interpret that.
Your sketch. That's what I'm interpreting.
Great.
Doppelgangers. Okay. It's gonna be doppelgangers again. But that's less pressing than the army at the gates with the guy who counterspelled me.
But I get up the stairs. I'm gonna stand, kind of position myself, definitely in front of Theodore, but like up in the front lines a little bit there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you hear. Ooh. Yeah, I guess you sense some commotion coming from the front, but you can't really see or tell what's happening. But nothing has hit the door yet. And then Cecilia, it's your turn.
Okay. So we have a moment here where we could probably formulate some kind of a plan. How do we get out the back?
Is there a back door?
There is a back door. We could go out through the rose garden and hoof it. That seems like it might be a good idea.
Okay.
It does mean that we are going to have to get Briar House. I really don't like the idea of them tearing through here once we've got it all nice and decorated, though.
Or just at all. But what if they have somebody behind? Because they said that they thought we were stalling so that they could go out back. So that countess had a lot of guardsmen.
That's true. We could go up to what's that place? What's Sturgis?
Oh, the garret.
The garret. We go up to the garret. We can see everything from up there. I was gonna climb up there anyway with the inflatable mimic. Rest in peace.
I did use a pretty powerful spell on that door. I would hate to have, wasted my energies.
They're definitely
and our monies.
Not a waste, Theodore. Not a waste.
Yes.
Maybe up to the garret. Go.
Let's so that and then I can throw spells on them from above.
What is a garret? I do know these. Are they speaking common, Father?
Yes, but you don't need to know it. Don't worry about it.
I can sickening radiance the entryway. So when they come in, they'll walk through it. So let's do that, and then I'm going up to the garret. Because nobody's counterspelling me this time.
You get count. No, I'm just kidding. no, it doesn't happen.
God, just try me. Just try me.
No, it definitely goes off. Yeah. So, are you doing a festive sickening radiance like the first one?
You know what? Yes. Yeah. And
Tis
it's
the
going to
season.
be flashing red and green. It's gonna flash in time to the singing lights.
Artemisia, it like hurts you a little bit inside, but it's so garish. But
I
you
don't know
you
whether
just,
I want it to. When I was a kid, we had lights that played a little tune, and the two were like, is it the really annoying Christmas songs, that are like weird peppy, or is it the one where you're like, what is this song? What is this? And you know it takes you extra years to learn the Holly and the Ivy or something. So I think it's the second one. It's an obscure song. You want to know what it is, but you're like, what is this song? What is this carol? I don't know this one.
yeah,
Or
but
is
it's
it 'cause
super
it's
catchy.
a little out of tune? Is it because and yeah, you're just looping it in your head. So they'll come in, they'll get whacked by the sickening radiance, they'll get a song stuck in their head, and then Elminster will do a little dance. I love it. Okay, to the garret.
And,
Okay.
and the better me will hit them in the face as well with my sword. Yes.
Yeah, so remind me, so the garret is on like the 3rd floor or the 4th floor of Briar House?
Yeah, it's
Well,
like go ahead.
Well, yeah, so it's sort of part of the attic.
Yeah.
So, and did we have, well, I don't think, I think we've only established the 2nd floor of Briar House. So we'll
Yeah.
say sort of 3.5, third and a half floor,
It's like sticking up out of the
Yeah.
attic.
Yeah.
like a Victorian turret.
It does have a window because my hair got stuck in the window one time.
Yeah, so let's say, so you can move 30 feet, you can get up to the 3rd floor, but it will take you like one more turn of movement to reach the door to the garret.
Okay.
Okay. So Theodore, it is your turn.
So are we going to the 3rd floor? Are we going to the garret? Then?
Yes, come on.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you say so, we're going to the. Be well, Theodore too. Protect me, and then I will go ahead and take. Oh, before I go, I will walk up the stairs in front of everybody. Before I go, just don't die, and I will like throw some salt at every one of you, and it just hits all of your faces, and I'm just gonna cast a little bless on every one of you. That's my version of bless, because don't die, and I will go ahead and so I will be focusing on that. And each
So you're
of
dropping
you.
Spirit Guardians? Is Spirit Guardians concentration? I can never remember.
So it's not Spirit Guardians, it's Guardian of Faith. And so he just sits there and there's no concentration and he
Okay.
has 60 hit points. And so
Okay.
until his 60 hit points is done, he just lives. So
Very
all
nice.
of them, all of you guys have blessed now, and I'm going to go ahead and start making my way, I guess, behind you because I don't know what even a garret is. And yes, all of you have blessed. So add a D4 to your, I think it's attack rolls and saves, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
Yeah.
Cool. First time playing a cleric.
Okay, and then you follow afterwards. So Artemisia, it is your turn. You just had salt thrown in your face, but it makes you feel better somehow.
All right, fair. It's exfoliating, maybe. Yeah, so heading up to continuing to go up into the little turret attic room. Push Sturge's stuff out of the way. Or Sturge.
Yeah, let's do a die of fate real quick. I think Sturge is a secretive guy. Let's see. So
There's
yeah.
magic items in here.
But he probably locked the
yeah,
door.
so Artemisia, call it now. High good or low good?
High good.
Okay, you try the door is locked.
Okay.
But you're not there yet, Cecilia. So Artemisia is the one that like rushed up real quick. Now, right before you run up though, Artemisia, you like glance backwards and you see you see something that appears to be like a humanoid made entirely of ice. It's got like a long nose and like he almost looks like an old man or like an old grandfatherly like man, but like turned into a hulking monster. And he's like kind of pushing his face up against like one of the windows, like next to the door. And you can see that there's like spidery cracks of ice beginning to form on that window, but it has not broken yet. But yeah, then you like run up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Theodore. So
Yes.
I'm not familiar with this spell. Do you have to roll an
Sure.
attack, or you just roll your damage?
They're dex. So if they get a 13, they miss it. Otherwise, they take 20 points of damage.
Holy cow!
Yeah, and just reframing that, right? So once it deals 60 damage, it dies. So it basically does the effect 3 times,
6. I see.
and then it vanishes.
Ah.
So it does a maximum of 60, which is the equivalent of its health, basically. So
Perfect.
20, 20, 20, yeah.
We're learning together.
Okay, yeah. So something definitely triggers it. Like you could feel it, being the caster of this spell. And then, as some of you are running up the stairs, you can sense like you see like the heat shimmering near the door, and you could see like the hinges of the door beginning to like turn red.
No. Property
Now-
damage. I knew it was coming.
Yes.
We'll get a better door.
Like we bought a better wall that time, and
This time we can get one with like a built-in doorbell that like plays the drinking song. It'll be
When-
great.
Theodore too is defending us. We must hurry. Don't make his sacrifice in vain.
So
Just gonna point out if they walk into the sickening radiance.
yeah, I'll let you know. You'll be
Okay.
soon. You'll be soon. They're still outside. But now, Nigel, remind me where you are.
Nigel was at like the front line, so probably now at the back of the pack.
Okay, but you're all moving up. Okay, so Nigel.
If it takes 2 turns, I'd like to recall a spell slot, but
Oh, sure, yeah, go for it. So maybe like all of you who are like who are not Artemisia, you know, who have like done an action and who are taking up like near the back of the pack, maybe on the 3rd floor. You hear a spell being cast, and Cecilia, roll me Arcana. You hear the shouting of some spell.
I'm rolling so crummy. Well, so mediocre tonight. 15.
Okay. You recognize it because you've heard Calith cast a spell many times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As you then hear like the front of Briar House just shattering inward.
Oh, and I can't see this to counterspell it, can I?
No, too far away. You're already up near the 3rd floor, but you heard the shout, and then like you heard like the sound of the shattering, like wood, stone, glass, you know, just flying inward and crashing. You hear like the sound of the music like continuing to go, but you then hear like the shouting of guards.
right. I'm gonna turn to
Closing.
Nigel and go, "That's going on your bill."
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can make that work.
Why don't you just
Maybe.
take it from them? I mean, it's the dead bodies of after you've killed all of them. Just loot them, and you'll
That's
have your
subrogation.
pay.
That's your job.
What is my job? I don't have a job, Father.
Yeah,
She's saying
Don't worry,
things.
Theodore. I'll take care of it, Theodore. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
we have to keep living in this city. You can run with your
Do you
toy. but-
recognize that woman? Is she one of your fancy friends?
I don't have
Does
many
Artemisia know her?
friends. I have everything I need at home. I don't need
Not
friends.
you, not you. Artemisia. Does Artemisia know that lady?
What sort of knowledge might you have that would tell you about this, Artemisia? Like, be it history or...
Well, I mean, she knows all the nobles in Westgate, and if she's not from Westgate, then,
Westgate and Aglarond.
yeah, history she can roll at. There's something to roll.
Sure, I guess roll me a history. Let's say
is
you
the
guys have shared enough
weakness.
information about the colors of the barding and her description.
Star. We went out.
9.
Remember, you have a
No.
D4. Wait, is that on ability checks? I don't know if that's ability checks too.
Yeah, I think it's just saves and
Tax and
attacks.
saves.
Never mind.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to do it at a disadvantage, but
Oh,
you know,
curses. I could make it worse.
it should have been for the
Oh!
The-
So the second roll was 19,
oh
Aw.
bummer.
but I gotta go with the 9. So
Yeah, it should have been for the counter spell, but I forgot at the time.
okay,
Anyways,
sure.
so you don't know anything specific, but she does have very striking hair and a very striking style. There's not very many rich noble women walking around with like whatever you gather to be like a bag full of wizards. So the only thing that you remember is that there's been rumors of a noble person who has like ties to the underworld, and that her name is the matron. But you cannot remember anything more specific about her house or like the details of who she is and her history. Okay.
Drama
So,
villains.
Nigel.
So everybody's making their way upstairs, right? I just to get a sense, like how far away are we from getting to the third floor?
You guys are on the third floor. You guys just need
Oh,
one more
great.
turn to reach Sturge's door in the turret.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'll sprint forward to the door.
You see Artemisia like trying to wiggle it ineffectually.
I'm gonna full kick it down.
All right. I love it. Do you have anything that you would use besides just a straight strength check? Do you have any abilities or anything else?
In this case, I can't do anything more than that. Yeah, I'm just like coming in and doing a full just like boot to the door sort of situation here.
Okay. Yeah, now that I remember it, just roll damage.
All right, cool. Awesome. So I deal 9 points of damage with the boot to the door.
Yeah, so the door like just crushes inward, but it doesn't fly off its hinges. The wood is like splintered, and you could see that it's like beginning to cave in.
Awesome. Okay.
Do you get a second attack at your level?
I do get in level 8 fighter. So then my second attack, I'll just like fist into the door as well to try to kind of do the final push into it here for another set of damage.
All right.
Yes, Father, the CrossFit. I told you, it's going to help you.
All right, 10 points of damage as my fist smashes into the door.
Nice. Yeah, so at first, the door resists your kick, but the kick is loosened just enough, so your fist like just slams into the door and just takes it off one of its hinges, and as it topples inward.
And as the door topples down, I go, Theodore, after you, please, Theodore.
Yes. Save me, Father, save me.
And inside of Nigel's like chest area, you hear just a Meitaka. Yes.
Okay. All right. Something begins to happen downstairs. Something, you sense some more commotion downstairs. Cecilia, remind me, what is it, a dex save for radiant sickness?
It's a
Sickening radiance.
Constitution save.
Con save, okay.
18.
Ooh, does not make it.
Okay. So this is gonna smell a lot of burning flesh. Don't panic. So 18 points of radiant damage, and they suffer 1 level of exhaustion and emit a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius. Can it also pulse in time to the singing lights?
Yes, absolutely.
Smells like burnt popcorn. I don't like it.
You get used to it.
Yeah. So a moment later, so you sense that it goes off more than once, but then you sense that it dissipates, as if something had gotten rid of it.
Are the lights still going?
The lights are definitely still going. You sense that maybe they tried to also destroy the lights, but no, alas. Okay, so then Cecilia, it is your turn.
Okay, going to rush into the garret and look out and see what's going on both sides of the house. Are we surrounded? Is that lady still there? Etc.
Yeah, so you see the first thing you see is the lady is still there. She's still standing right next to her carriage. The 2 wizards are missing. You don't see where they are, but you do see that she has like a guard on either side of the carriage, like still with her. You can see that she looks like just a little bit impatient. Like before she was like coolly, she had her arm like, kind of cocked on her hip and she was waiting. But now she kind of has like her arms like slightly folded. She's like maybe like just staring at the house. Ooh, actually, let me check something. Okay. She does not notice you.
Okay. How far away is she from me?
She was about 200 feet before at the front door, and I'm not sure where Sturge's garret is,
So it's outside of any range of spells that I have. Okay.
You can make a pot shot. Like I think there are rules depending on what range weapon or something you have. You could do like a Hail Mary, like 240 shot. But
I mean, we're talking about like Eldritch Blast. It would fizzle out before it got there. I feel like because there are ways to extend it, and I don't have those. I have the ones that make it hurt more. Okay, so is there anybody in the back, like in the rose garden?
You do see a figure in the back, and you see there is like a shimmering force like along the back of the door, the wall.
Ugh. Okay. Now we have new plans to make. Yeah, anyone want to offer up an idea? Who is this woman?
I don't know. Just kill her.
Could we negotiate with her without giving her the Gremley, though?
Got the vibe the Gremley is the deal maker / breaker.
Is she the matron? Do you two know anything about the matron?
Okay, one moment. I'm gonna take a look at this woman for the first time because I've just been saying I don't know her. Do I recognize this woman at all?
Give me a history check.
Okay. I have a 13.
So you don't know too much about her, but once again, like you do know that she is a countess from her own city, and that city is from like pretty far away. So she's traveled like a good long distance to come here in search of this Gremley doll or a Gremley doll. And you do know that she has like some shady underworld connections. You've heard of her before, and rumor has it that she has many husbands.
Oh, I don't know who she is. I know she might be trying to marry me. I mean, it's what she does. I'm dashing and all of these things.
You're such a specimen.
See, you can already barely resist my charms, but remember, we're here to save the Grimly and us.
If you want a wedding, Theodore, I'll get you a wedding.
I don't need a wedding. I have everything I need with you, Father. You give me everything. Why would I need anything else?
Thank you. Yes, I'll keep doing it.
At all.
Wait, what was that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we got 2 wizards in the house. Question mark number of guards. We can't get out of here.
You also saw a trail like a frost and another trail of like the lawn was on fire as like maybe like a trail of mud led into the house as well.
Do I quick recognize her? I'm not making a history check. I'm just like snapshot. Do I actually know who this person is or no?
Just about the same as everybody else.
Great.
Like you guys don't have like a deep history together or anything.
She's here for me. She's here for the Gremley.
Okay. Quick question. We're in Sturge's room. Sturge, our friend, has a mild obsession with magic items. Are there magic items in here? Could we theoretically Home Alone this?
Nice.
You all can give me an investigation check.
Okay.
You've shouted that's your plan. Everybody goes
23.
around and searches.
21.
I know where Sturge's good stuff is.
6.
I know what I can recognize magical things. 21.
Obviously, Artemisia feels embarrassed for going through some of these things.
Artemisia, you're just so taken aback by like these magic statues, like these sculptures that are on his bed. You just like can't see anything else.
Why
does he sleep with statues? You don't know.
I'm going to spend the entirety of my investigation looking at the Gremley.
Nice. And so, yeah, so Theodore and Cecilia, you rifle through Sturge's stuff. And
I've got my Eldritch Sight, so I'm also looking for like the aura of something. Anything?
oh yeah, he's got a lot of magic items. You find a number of wands. It seems like he actually left his wand of magic missiles behind. You also find like a wand of invisibility, and you find a scroll of haste. And then you find 3 healing potions. Apparently, he'd been like keeping them. He's like really, he's always into keeping around healing potions. And he left his shoes of spider climbing behind.
Weird. I wonder if I'm assuming that where did Sturge go for the holidays? I feel like he went to his grandma Baelnorn's
There we
to
go.
try
Yeah.
to get her to give him more information and or magic. I wonder if he left this stuff so he'd look more desperate and she'd give him better stuff.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
definitely possible.
okay. So we've got some options here. Wand of Invisibility feels like excellent chance for shenanigans. Spider climb boots. Maybe we can, someone can get down off the house and go around behind. Scroll of Haste, never a bad thing. Wand of Magic Missiles, also useful unless it explodes. Theodore, do you want a wand of magic missile? Definitely not going to explode.
Sorry, real quick, Theodore, you also find 2 items. That was just you, Cecilia, because you had
Oh.
detect magic and you rolled so high. So Theodore, you actually find a scroll of polymorph and a scroll of flight.
Okay.
Shenanigans indeed.
Oh,
Because
yes.
it's okay, you're giving the guest the best stuff. That's fair.
I mean, I rolled on a table for him.
Say,
It's not personal.
I'm a cleric. I could hardly use quite literally any of these things. But Father, do you want to be a T-Rex again?
What if we polymorph the Gremly so it's something else?
Oh no, it's
Oh.
priceless. We can't polymorph a Grimly. But I like to think my father, being a flying T-Rex, could absolutely step on this woman and end her.
I could. Can I?
You
Could,
put the boots on them first. Will they grow to fit the T-Rex?
I
So
feel.
the T-Rex can walk across the roof without it won't damage the roof, will it?
I am going to throw one thing out here as we make our preparations. They're already in the house. Do you think we could try to convince them to give us a little bit
Okay.
of time, like 10 minutes or something
Can
like
the
that?
wand of invisibility? How many charges is on that?
You sense that there's 3.
So 3 people could get invisible.
Well, why
Okay.
don't we invisible the? Can we invisible the Grimly?
We can invisible the person holding the Gremly at least. I don't know if
Is the
Okay.
Grimly not a creature?
that's the thing. I think actually that's a great question. Is that alive? I guess this is how we find out. I'll Eldritch Blast the Gremly. to see
Oh
what
my god,
happens.
it's on my chest!
Okay, so
What are you, a whip?
okay, so tell me what you're going to do because then we need to take a break.
It's a creature.
True.
Okay, I vote. I will invisible the 3 of you, and I will try and charisma check my way out of the people coming up. Anybody arguing? All right.
Sure.
You're like,
Let's
go
do it.
ahead, sacrifice yourself, Cecilia.
Yeah. I don't know you.
So you wave the wand across them and you manage to just cast invisibility on all 3 of them. And then think about where you are, like in the room.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
all 3 of you might have to give me stealth checks. But you manage to just finish that as you see a glowing, sickly light coming from around the corner as something huge is approaching the garret room. And with that, we are going to take a break.
Cool.
Be right back in about 10 minutes.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the Sword Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way.
Brendan. Within the darkness, you hear. You feel a sharp pain in your side.
This season on Stardust and Dragons. Two bounty hunters, a prince and a scientist walk into a bar and come out more than just a party.
So much refreshments. The globe will be pleased.
Join us every second and fourth Monday for an adventure like no other.
Welcome to Stardust and Dragons. Roll initiative.
Found anywhere you listen to your podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Real quick before we begin again, I just want to remind everybody that we do have a dice giveaway from Phoenix Dice going on right now. So type in !ticket into the chat to enter for your chance to win a set of your choice from phoenixdice.com. Anybody in the world may enter. Yeah. And I think we'll choose the winner at the end of the stream. So, unless anybody else has any further announcements, are we ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, first of all, I need stealth rolls from Theodore, Nigel, and Artemisia. The three of you have become invisible thanks to the wand that you borrowed from Sturge.
Do we get advantage on this because we are invisible? Or no?
I guess I'll say yes, also because the room is cluttered.
It's very good because I got
and you
the-
have some
a
time
natural.
to, yeah, you have some time to settle in and find a spot.
The advantage was what I needed.
Yes, this is exactly what I needed. I went from a 4 to a 5.
Oh my god.
I went from a 6 or something to an 18. So
Nice. And Nigel, what is your stealth?
I got a 21.
Nice. Dang. Okay.
It's the CrossFit, I tell you. It just does things.
So Cecilia, you see the glowing radiance mixed with like some sort of like, orange red flickering as like something is casting this light that's like approaching the room. And also you very easily clock Theodore near you because he just like keeps talking about how cool it is to be invisible and like how he's like the best at being invisible.
Pull my mask and pull my witch mask on, so the kind of full white face with the markings and the feathers. Be like, and then I'm gonna walk toward the light. Now here's my question: based on what I'm seeing and what I know about the attackers, I'm assuming that this is something that's been hit by this sickening radiance, but is it the fire elemental thing?
You got the sense that something was exuding firelight
Extra
from that space.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what I know about elementals, and specifically, are they smart enough for me to fast talk?
Oh, interesting. Please do make that check. Let me look at their intelligence and whether they know languages.
17. Yeah, I'm like, let me charisma check it, and then it's the thing that doesn't actually
interesting.
understand language.
You can't. So you do know you've heard stories in the past of people talking to these elementals, but you know that they speak a very specific language that is like not taught in schools.
Okay. Do I have time for No, if Artemisia casts a spell, the invisibility ends. Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say she could cast tongues if you want her to cast tongues. Artemisia, you see Cecilia pointing furiously at her tongue. She's like lifting her mask just to show it. You're muted, I think.
No, she's
Fail.
doing a good job of stealthing.
Yeah, that's right.
Tongue's done.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna move towards the source of the light, and away from Theodore and his noisiness.
Please wait. Protect me.
And
You're
I-
like, oh, I'm so surprised you can even tell where I was because I'm so good at being invisible.
So silent. I just have those ears of just amazingness.
Yeah. Cecilia, so you walk
Yes.
along the stairs until you get to the top of them and you can see down to the 3rd floor and you see the source of the light is indeed the fire elemental. It looks like its form is not as well put together as you remember like fire elementals to be. Like it's sort of like losing its shape in various places, and like the
Yeah.
flames they're like flickering instead of like solidly raging. And near it, about like 5 feet away behind it, you see this like elderly wizened looking humanoid, but like 9 feet tall and made of ice, and he's got
Okay.
like a scowl on his face, and it looks like the two of them are like both trying to approach the stairs, but yet like they can't. Like the fire elemental has got in front, but you could tell that the other one, the frost one, is not happy about it, and like for whatever reason,
Oh.
like they don't want to like go up together.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, then there's guards like
So-
further back.
There's guards further back. Okay. What are the guards looking at? Are they watching me? Are they watching the elementals? Are they watching the radiants?
They're watching the
The radiant's
elementals.
still there.
You get a sense that like it seems like the guards, and you just assume that the wizards are somewhere behind them. They're all like sort of letting the elementals go first.
Got it. Okay, and I have tongues on. I'm gonna call down to the elementals and go, can I help you guys? And see if they react.
Both of them like kind of snap their heads up to you as if like surprised. The fire elemental says, "You come to me to burn? Yes, I burn."
No. Do you want something to burn?
So at the same time, I think the rhyme, so the ice one, looks at you and like says in like a frosty voice that's like the icy wind. It's sort of like hiss whispers, and it says, I'm here to freeze everything. I want it all to become ice. Have
Oh.
you come to become an ice sculpture?
Oh, see, how can I do this if you both want to turn me into something else?
But-
How am I supposed to choose?
The ice one says, but ice is more beautiful. It is.
Okay. Okay. Here we
perfection.
have this.
You will be as young and beautiful as you are forevermore. Whereas like the fire one is
guy?
like burning bright, burning bright.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic. So just for the record, if they start their turn in the sickening radiance, they take the damage again. So
Sickening Radiance was on the 1st floor, right?
oh,
We're on
did
the
they?
3rd
They're
floor.
not in the entryway. I thought you said they were in the entryway. Okay, so
Oh,
they're
this
on
is
like
the-
the 2nd floor.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Because the turret is on whatever floor 3.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking down at 3rd floor right now.
Okay, and then the guards are outside the door.
They're like
Or-
following up. They're like behind them, like
They're
maybe
on
on
the
the
stairs.
stairs, going from 2nd to
it.
3rd.
Okay. What I'm gonna say is like, okay, listen. I really would love to help you guys out and choose, but I'm gonna need you to show me what you've got. That just makes sense, right? I need to see your artistry. What about those guys back there? There's enough of them that you could both work your amazing powers, and I could decide, do I want to burn bright and give my light to the universe in one big blow, or do I want to be frozen forever? Go ahead. Let's see. Is that a persuasion check?
Yeah, roll 2 things for me. Yeah, one is definitely a persuasion, and the other one is give me another Arcana.
Okay, a 21 persuasion and a 14 Arcana.
Okay. So there's 2 things that you realize. So from the Arcana, and plus you have a bowl of water elemental, right? Many water elementals. So
I'm
like,
gonna say it's in the hallway.
Sure, but like as part of like having it, you were versed in how to use it, and you do know that as part of conjuring elementals, if concentration were ever broken, they would lose control of them. But in the meantime, they do have like mental. They have to obey the commands of the conjurer. Now, in terms of what that command actually was, you didn't hear.
No, but I feel like maybe they're willing to tell me now what their commands were.
Oh yeah. So
if they're not going to turn around and fight those guys, I feel like they have to. They're going to at least feel obligated to explain themselves. Yeah. This is my hope.
So I think the fire elemental basically tells you that it's here to burn you and then your friends, and then like leave the one with the Gremlin doll, like leave the old man alone, burn the rest. And then the frost one also says like freeze it all except for the old man.
Yeah, so you can't do both of those though. So how are you guys going to resolve this?
The 2 of them kind of like look at each other, and you could tell that they hate each other. You get a palpable sense of hate.
Oh, I've got it. Wait, so can you guys do things without before you get around to burning us that aren't, obviously those are sort of like, I don't know, your coworkers? You can't hurt them is what I'm getting, but could you practice on something else?
They both kind of give a half shrug.
Because if you go down in the entryway, we've got all these great all these great midwinter decorations and also some less great midwinter decorations. And if you guys wanted to just go down there and practice, the sickening radius lasts is 10 minutes. I don't know how long we've been doing this for.
Oh, you sensed it dissipate.
Oh, okay.
Like something.
Oh, that's right. Someone dispelled it. Okay. Well, at least it would slow them down. I'm gonna keep.
Also, the fire one tells you, oh yeah, we already burned decorations. All decorations.
Okay, that was rude. You didn't
except
have permission
for those
to do that.
lights. Those lights are invincible.
Amazing and festive.
You still hear their music playing in off key.
Okay. Well, just walk me through this. Walk me through. I'm just gonna keep trying to just distract them with the fact that they hate each other. Like, you guys can't burn and freeze us. It just doesn't work. You guys are opposites.
Yeah, that's true. If only he wasn't around, then I could freeze everything.
I mean,
get rid of him for me.
I mean, you could get rid of him. You're right next to him. Or how far are they from me?
The fire one is about like 20 feet down, or in front and down.
Okay.
The stairs.
Okay.
The ice one is 5 feet behind.
Okay. I'm just saying, stairs. What I'm trying to do is take up enough time that you guys have space to do something.
Do you think it's
check
going
back to
well?
everybody else.
Oh, I'm just trying to climb out the window. I don't want to be here anymore.
Theodore, where are you going?
I'm leaving, Father. This obviously is not working anymore. They can't do anything. And that woman, if you could hit her, then it would be over. So let's go. Yes?
Yes, I guess so. I don't anything you want, I suppose.
Okay.
Let us go out the window.
And is it Miss Artemisia? Is it?
Yes.
Do you want to come too?
I was thinking that I was. Well, so did Cecilia talk about the boots of Spider Climb?
Yes.
Okay.
I figure that in that space where we're like, we got this, got this, got this, got this. that you could grab stuff, and if you didn't, Cecilia took it with her. So if
Okay.
you were planning on going out the window, she would absolutely give you the spider climb.
Okay. Yeah. Window. Good plan.
Yes. And I'm just tying a rope to, like, I guess one of the parapets. I mean, I got 50 things of rope starting to I throw it off. Come on, father, you go first.
Very
Check-
good. Very good. Very good.
Oh, look.
And I just start clambering down the rope, hand over hand.
Hand over hand, yes, hand over hand, hand over hand, hand over hand.
Yeah, so the rope is long enough that it does reach like the bottom, like the ground. So you think that it might take you maybe like 2 rounds to just
Okay.
safely climb it all the way down.
That's wow. Yeah, we're fast climbers. That's 12
Mhm.
seconds, y'all. We're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all are booking it.
Artemisia, you there? We're still invisible, so it's really hard to tell who's actually with us.
Father, look at the footprints. It's the footprints. That's how I tell.
Yeah, does Artemisia come with us?
Yes.
Awesome.
So she's not going to use the rope. She's going to spider
Oh,
climb.
nice.
just down
Oh, yeah.
Style.
The
Very
easy way.
good, Theodore. Very good. You noticed it. Yes. How do you think that argument's going? We kind of heard it going on. It's a little bit like, do you think your friend, sister, has successfully gotten them to kill each other?
If anyone can do it, she can.
Okay.
Very good.
Do you want to? You could punch the. You could either punch the lady or you could punch the wizards. Which way are we going? We pay you. So which way?
The Countess. Those wizards. I mean, who knows what she talked them into doing for their salary?
Okay. Bye bye. And he'll, like, although you guys don't see it, he's just waving goodbye to our friend.
Yeah.
Cool. So if it takes us 2 rounds to get down, what does Cecilia get done in a 2-round time frame? What are we talking about here?
I think basically by the time you guys finished climbing down to the ground, like her whole conversation has occurred. So we'll go back to Cecilia, but like.
Okay. So at this point, I will roll insight if I need to, but do I feel like this is going anywhere, or are they pretty locked in?
You feel like it has potential, but you feel like you have to abide by certain rules of magic and like like how are they bound?
Ugh, feels like I'm in wizard school again. Like I don't
Yeah.
like Vermiani flashbacks. Okay. So
You know what
do
their commands
that.
are.
Yeah, they gotta burn me or freeze me and my friends, but not
The old man.
not the old man. Man, part of me is like Cecilia banishes them. Because she's a little impatient, but I am also sort of intrigued by this. I can hack it and save the spell slot. Okay, I'm gonna attempt it. So they're going, but leave the old man. Okay, if I tell them the old man's dead, that he fell out the window trying to escape and he's dead, and so they can't save him, and therefore all of their things are void. If I make an Arcana check, will I know if that's within the way that works, or will I find out that I slept through brother what's his name's class?
Interesting.
Theodore slept through those classes too. It's okay.
They're real boring.
Exactly.
Okay, so you feel like it would change their mode of behavior a bit because you get the sense that, you know, they had some sort of, they do have restrictions in place,
Yeah.
but you're essentially like lifting one of their restrictions.
But it wouldn't change the I have to kill you. I don't know.
You know, it doesn't address that clause of their.
Got it. It's not one of those, if one of the clauses fails, the whole thing fails. Got it. Okay. Well, aside from being like, why did you just burn my finger? Which means I'd have to get real close to them and seems terrible. I don't think Cecilia sees the secret path through the middle of this, so I'm gonna go back to my other plan, which is sandblast the soup cracker and cast banishment on the two of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah. See, you're both just too strong. You're both too strong. I get it. Okay. And I hit them both.
Okay. Remind me, did they get a save?
There's a charisma save, yes. 18.
Charisma.
A notoriously high skill for elementals.
Yeah. They both fail.
Oh,
So they're gone.
Clap. Yeah, they both cease to exist.
And if my
Pull from this plane.
intent is then to act intimidating towards the guards. But I don't know if making an intimidation check is an extra.
Nah, just give it to me.
Okay. Oh, come on! 14.
You could tell that the guards, they already didn't want to like lead the charge to this house because they saw like all the different spells. You get a sense that they like feel like they're in over their heads in terms of they're just guards and there's like freaking magic and creatures and stuff just like fling all over the
very
place.
much with the mask down to just kind of like look through the holes like this in that kind of creepy way and be like, who's next?
Oh, nice.
Which is not my best intimidation, but these guys seem already like they're a little scared.
Yeah, absolutely. So they don't go like tumbling back down the stairs. They don't like falter and retreat, but like they definitely do not advance on you. And they kind of like look at each other quizzically. And then one of them like turns to look back down the stairs as if like seeking reassurance or like further orders. I'm going to go back to the other side. So the three of you have actually managed to reach the ground. Now you're at the side of the house, I'm going to say. And so you could go either to the back of the house or to the front of the house.
Okay. So, do either of you want to be an animal?
No. And then Artemis is going to go quiet, but like her footprints are still probably like she's going for the front of the house.
I can be an animal if you want an animal. I can get you
Father,
what you need.
Father, this is one of those times where I want you to do what you want to do. Do you want to be an animal?
If you want an animal, I can be an animal, and I want that.
What type of animal should you be? Yes, I think the correct was what we said at the very beginning. I liked big things. Please go step on her as a T-Rex. And I start slowly unfurling the polymorph spell scroll, and I begin chanting the incantation to turn my father into a T-Rex.
Oh, nice. Okay. Wow. So, Nigel, you told Theodore, to transform you into whatever he wants. And as you are gazing at him lovingly, expectantly, your form begins to... You see that he's suddenly getting like shorter and smaller. Or no, you're actually getting taller and bigger. And you look around and things begin to like smell different. Yeah, and you reach down to like hug your son or like reach for him because he's getting so far away, but you can't because your arms are so tiny suddenly, and they end in claws. And you realize, oh no, you can't actually look at yourself in any reflection. You wish you could look at yourself in a reflection.
It's like, did it work, Father? I can't see you.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know where Theodore technically is, but I will just go.
No, you actually do know because he's really not stealthy. You're much stealthier.
Got it. I fully just do like a big and I lick, and I'm trying to still be a little bit stealthy.
Ow! What was that? Theodore isn't stealthy at all anymore. He's just screaming, Father, save me! There's something wet! I don't like it! No! Help!
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Artemisia, you see like this form of Theodore suddenly become visible as like there's like this slobber or slobber or saliva like traces his body for a moment. Okay. Let me roll.
She can't help with that one, so she's gonna keep going.
So what are you doing, Artemisia?
She is trying to stealth her way up to the Countess.
Ah, okay. And all right, Nigel, Jake, what were you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, I'm gonna be sticking with the game plan. And my game plan, as I understood it, was to go after the Countess. So, I will say, given that I'm a T-Rex, I'm assuming I'm not that stealthy in this situation.
Yeah, you have to give me a new stealth roll.
Yeah, I'll do so. Though
Once
I
you
do
move.
want Artemisia to just hear as you see like the footstep of the T-Rex appear, right? You do hear like a little sound going, "Give me coming from the T-Rex as well. But I will re-roll my stealth check here.
Yeah, so give me with advantage because you're invisible.
Oh, I'll take it with advantage. Here we go. Oh my god, if I'm a stealthy T-Rex, this will be the greatest moment of my life.
Ninja T-Rex.
I got a 15, not a 17. So I'm using the T-Rex's stats here.
Gotcha.
So 15.
Nice. Let's see. Okay. So both of you head towards her. She does not actually turn her head. She's still looking ahead at the house. You can see that she's like fidgeting with the bag at her side though.
That
Okay.
can only bode well.
So Theodore, you've read off the spell. Just tell me like what your intent is for like, what you want to do. So you've just been licked. You've got like saliva all over you.
Yes, I'm cleaning myself probably. I think I actually become visible now that I have technically cast a spell. So I'm just,
Oh, right, you're right.
trying to like, hide for a little bit. I'm listening in on what's going on inside the house. I'm not gonna go fight whoever she is because she's probably the most powerful here, and I need to stay away from that. But I'm gonna try and see if I can see in the house at all, like through a window off the side, or if there are any or anything like that.
So actually, because you are visible at that moment, the lady does turn her head and she locks eyes directly with you. And for a moment, you sense like the first emotion that you've really seen from her, which is just like shock. She's got like, her eyebrows are arched. And you don't know whether she's shocked that you're there or because of like what you look like, because you're covered head to toe in like T-Rex slobber.
Well, if that's the case, then Theodore will scream, "I don't want to marry you!" And he'll use thaumaturgy to get it over there. And then he'll run to the back of the house.
Okay, so so Cecilia, you hear "I don't want to marry you" from like echoing from outside the house.
Well, guys, guess it's time to go home. Sounds like proposal failed. Should we all go get drinks, maybe?
One of the wizards begins to push up through the guards, like, "What is this commotion about? The lady is going to have our hides if we don't." And then he like spots you, and he's like, "Where are my elementals?"
Did you have elementals?
He's beginning to motion as if he's about to cast a spell, but it's still your turn.
Can I just Eldritch Blast him?
Yeah,
I would like to Eldritch Blast. Actually, how far away is he?
maybe like 30 to 40 feet, 35 feet.
Okay, Eldritch Blast. Come on, this dice this die stinks. Okay, so first one's 12. The second one's 28.
Hey.
Wow.
A 12 does hit.
Oh, okay. So that's 12 damage and then 8 damage. So 20 damage.
Ooh, a wizard. Ate it.
Does your Eldritch Blast have any other effects, or is it just straight damage?
It's just the damage. It's agonizing blast, so I gotta add my charisma modifier.
Okay.
Tragically, at this level, I don't have the push.
Wow. So you blast him like straight into the chest as he's beginning to like make conjuring motions, and he falls down onto one knee as the blast just rocks him. and tears away part of like his robe, like along the shoulder. Yeah, he falls onto one knee, but you see the wizard with the gray robes like coming up right behind him, and then he also looks at you, and you can tell he's going to like he's about to like cast something at you too.
Dang it.
What are you gonna
I don't have
do?
any others. I don't have any spell slots, so I can't counterspell him.
Oh yeah, but he's not casting at you right now. It's still your turn.
Okay.
It's just flavor.
Oh, so I can get out of here?
Yeah, you still get your movement.
Okay. I seem to recall on this floor there is a like a cutout over like a study. Like there's a drop through. I would like to run for that and jump over the side.
Okay. So remind me, the cutout over to the study. So okay, you just go to the study, which is on floor 2? Floor
So on
1?
the floor that has all the bedrooms on it,
Mm-hmm.
so the second floor. I know that sort of there's the entryway, and then there's whatever is behind the entryway. See, unfortunately, the map, I tried to look it up, but I don't have DM privileges on the regular Westgate Irregulars, so I can't see the Briar House map. But I know there is sort of a what do you call that? There's like a
Mezzanine?
railing around what?
Oh.
Like a mezzanine, yeah. That looks down onto, I think it's a study. But I know there's a drop down because I
Oh.
remember Kalis dropping down there, and also Sarshan thinking that was a good idea. So
Yeah, I
while
remember actually.
I think Cecilia probably thought Sarshan was being incredibly reckless doing that. She's going to do exactly what he did and jump over this.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Okay. So you jump down. Roll me 2d6, or I guess I'll roll 2d6.
Okay.
Unless you have something to like soften your fall.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean,
you
the best I can do, I was trying to decide if I changed into the Coy Wolf, would the Coy Wolf land better? I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to
Probably-
believe that it would, but
Probably not for D&D physics, but yeah,
no.
8 damage.
So, yeah. I aim for a sofa, but I'll take the damage.
Let's say you do aim for a sofa and like you land on it hard, but you still do take like a little bit of damage. It like knocks the
Okay.
wind out of you temporarily.
Yeah. What do I got?
Okay. So, Nigel, you go first.
Did you tell me an amount of damage?
6. Or no,
Oh,
what did I
thank
say? 8?
8.
8.
Okay. I didn't hear it.
8.
Thank you.
Yep.
Before Nigel goes, did Cecilia land behind the house, in front of the house, to the side of the house I wasn't on?
Inside the house.
So this is inside. Okay, cool. Just making sure I know
Yeah.
where.
My
and
plan
then-
is to from here book it out the side door into the rose garden.
Also,
and move around, try
Cecilia.
to find them. Yeah.
Also, Cecilia, you do see that all the decorations around the house have been burnt down. All of Artemisia's like careful green decorating, all of the wonderful toys, and the Elminster
Okay.
is like sadly melted. But all the
I
lights
am
are
furious.
flickering
Okay,
and
but the
playing
lights.
music.
I'm glad we have lights still. But you know what else? Like, Cecilia believes deep in her heart that Artemisia is doing this decorating because she feels obligated to. Obviously, she doesn't like it, but Marcellea said. But at the same time, she worked really hard on it. And so while Cecilia was sort of like, maybe we could secretly like take this all down, she doesn't appreciate these people coming into our house and wrecking all of her sister's hard work. And so now it's extra personal. Okay, that's it.
Love it. Okay, so Nigel.
Awesome. Cecilia, as you're in the house, right? You hear like a sound outside that's sort of like common, a little bit of it. You can hear a little bit of English. It's something like, and then you hear a.
I think Cecilia assumes that is the same thing. It is the Gremley. It's now roaring. And she's like, I should have saved that banishment.
Nigel. So just FYI, she does have tongues on, so she actually understands every spoken language.
Oh,
So
It is.
interesting.
I'm applying
Doesn't
it from a distance though. She can't make it out right now.
Okay.
Okay.
But does she understand
Yeah.
the roar?
Because you're inside, right? You're inside, not
Yeah.
outside. So,
Yeah.
but you can hear something. Polymorph actually negates the ability for the individual to speak. And so
Oh.
tongues would not apply.
Oh,
in that.
but I have beast speech. I have beast. Oh no,
She
wait, I
doesn't.
don't. I had to pick.
Oh.
I had to pick beast speech or Eldritch Sight.
So
Okay.
you
Normally, I have
hear,
beast speech.
you hear like almost something like a la, 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 of like you can tell that common is being spoken, but then
Yeah.
you can't really make it out, and then you hear a "Roar!" And then I run forward, and I am gonna fully from invisibility break invisibility with my teeth just coming down on the countess lady.
Yeah, okay. Roll attack.
All right, here we go.
With advantage because you are invisible.
All right, well, I got to re-roll that. So I got that one for the first one. Second one.
Wow.
All right, 15 to hit.
Add a +4 or a D4, please.
Oh,
Because you're blessed. You're blessed,
Oh my
invisible
God.
T-Rex.
I forgot. Okay.
I
Oh,
forgot
I
too.
didn't. Don't
All
worry.
right, 16 to hit.
Oh, 16 does hit.
Does hit.
Barely.
Oh my God.
Barely
All right.
hits.
This person needs to make a strength or dexterity check, whichever's higher, DC 17.
Okay. Yes, makes it.
Awesome, makes it. So she manages to dodge out of the teeth, but the teeth rake against her, dealing 33 points of damage. And then as the teeth kind of pull past, and I go, "Rah!" my tail swings around. T-Rex have multi-attack, so it's one with the teeth, one with.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I can't make the attack against the same target. So the tail will swing to any nearby guard and smash the guard.
Nice. So there are 2 guards. You notice that one of the guards, when you raked her, seemed to actually take some damage.
Yeah, you jerks. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say it's the left guard that took some, damage
Awesome.
somehow.
Cool. So with advantage with the swinging tail for a moment, I got a nat 20 on the tail.
Oh my God.
And so my tail swings around, smashing into one of the guards, and it will deal double the damage here, which would be 40 damage to the guard.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
No.
What guard?
I'd like to non-lethally hit him, please.
Okay.
It's the CrossFit.
Nigel does listen to the rules that these 2 have stated, and they're like, please don't kill everybody in the city. So
Holy
non-lethally,
cow.
my tail hits it, and then I would like to just like crunch my abs really tightly for a moment.
Yeah! T-Rex with a 6-pack!
And Artemisia, because you're nearby, you see that as the invisibility goes away, you see that there's a giant T-Rex, but snuggled right on the T-Rex's chest is the little Gremly, and the Gremly is like, Luca Nila, and is just sort of slowly moving as well.
He's a chain lightning. Chain lightning.
So okay, so first of all, when you hit the matron, immediately she like takes some of the damage. Once again, her eyebrows like arch up and she winces in pain just for a moment before she actually disappears. You don't see her. Roll me a perception check.
Oh my God.
Artemisia too.
Oh yeah.
I'd
Everybody
like
that
to
can see her.
I'd like to politely fail. I am a T-Rex.
Sure, yeah.
There's a lot going on over here.
Yeah.
The dice tonight. That's a 3. Artemisia does not see anything.
Yeah, you don't know where she went. But the guard gets absolutely smashed. Like he is like a pancake in the road, like inside of the little crook that's created when the tail like slams down into the ground. Which guard were you targeting? The one that took some damage?
I would have
no?
I would have targeted which I'm just making this assumption I was kind of coming on the right, so the right guard. Like
Okay,
so if that
okay.
was the one who took the damage or not, yeah, that's your decision. It's basically the closest one when I approached. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's Nigel. Okay. Okay. So you hear a woman's voice, low and cool and steady, coming from the top of the carriage, as she hisses, "How dare you?" And then from a shimmering form like appears as a small form is thrown at you, And that form, as it's being thrown at you, Nigel, grows into a wizard who is like in the middle of casting a spell.
Yes.
She has thrown one of the wizards from her bag at you as an attack. And the wizard casts, and as he conjures, you see a ball of fire forms in his hand and flies at you. Give me a dex save. Ooh.
Can I pull?
Ooh, these guards are gonna have to make dex saves too.
Oh yeah. All right, I got a 2.
Definitely took full damage. We just roll the damage for you then. It's gonna be 8d6 fire damage.
Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, like this person's like pretty cool. Like,
34.
34
fire
damage. All right.
So all of the guards have actually been smoked as well. Ugh. Or I guess the left guard also. Ugh.
Just a real. This is just. I mean, I can deal with this. I just want to like check. The Gremlin takes damage too, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
And then you hear the lady screech like, "You fool! Choose a different spell. You cannot hurt the Gremlin."
And you hear from the Gremlin.
Screams.
Okay, so then it's going to be Cecilia's turn, then Theodore's.
Okay. So did that wizard cast a spell at me, or it was the guy like preparing a spell? And I ran. That's right.
Yeah, you ran.
Okay. I would like to get off the couch and run out the rose garden door, and sort of look around to see if I can see my friends, which I won't because they're in the front. So I'd like
I'm
to
in the
see around
back.
the front.
Is the rose garden door the back door or the side door?
The side door goes out. It's both. The rose garden's everywhere.
The rose garden
But-
is everywhere.
So which door? Which door are you aiming for?
The side door that's off of the study there,
Okay.
which I know I have gone out of.
Yeah. Okay.
So bolt out. I think it's the opposite side from the garret. So I think I'm the other side of the house.
Yeah.
And so I don't see anybody. I would proceed around to the front.
I'm in the back.
Yeah.
'cause I
So you
ran
see
away.
Do
Theodore.
I see Theodore?
You do see Theodore. You also see another man in a cloak. This time it's brown, and it looks like he's like concentrating on a shimmering field like around a different door.
Well, hey, that seems like someone I should go up and attack. So anyway, can I run up on him?
Yeah.
And swing my axe? That's
Yeah.
what I would like to do. I would like to go attack him with the great axe.
Okay.
Which I get to do twice. 15.
Plus a
That
D4,
hits.
please.
And and a D4. It still hits, but then the other one was a 15 plus a 3, so 18. So okay, so both of them hit.
Yep.
Okay. Sadly, I don't have smite slots. So 11 damage for the first one, and then 17 damage for the second one.
11 and 17, 28. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cut this wizard down. You chop him twice. Ooh, and on the second
Break his
hit,
concentration.
yeah, on the second hit, he falters and gets knocked down to the ground, and the shimmering force field disappears from the back of the door. Theodore, you see Cecilia just run out of the house and just chop this guy down in front of you. It's your turn,
don't
Theodore.
have many attack spells, but this is a wizard, correct?
It is a wizard on the ground now.
Where's his book?
It's still on his person. He's still holding
Alright.
it.
I'm gonna go over and try and wrestle his book away from him.
Okay, give me. Let's do an athletics. Let's do an
Sure.
athletics contest.
Come on, wizard versus cleric athletics check.
Man, would this be a disarm? Let's just do athletics. Yeah.
He probably would, but I want to see what he got.
A respectable 11.
I got a 2.
Oh, okay. You're not used to using
At anything.
force of any kind.
Anything.
So you're like, oh, Dad made it look so much easier. You know?
It's like, why are you I want it. Stop. Let go of
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
You want to give it to me.
Why won't you give it to me?
And so with my bonus action, I'm gonna step back. I'm like, fine, and then a giant my sword. I'm gonna cast I'm going to cast what is it? Spiritual weapon appears right in front of him, and then I'm going to attack him with that.
Dang. All right.
With a giant sword appears. So that is a natural 20.
Okay. All right.
And
That's
so
my
Now
boy.
whose book is it?
He
That
does not like being
is-
denied.
8 plus 11 is 19 damage.
Oh my god. The wizard is still like feebly hanging on to the book. His body is like slammed into the ground. And you could tell that he's like gravely injured. He could like barely like crack open his eyes and look at you. But
Give me the book. He's still standing over him as he's trying to hold on to the book. And I guess that's where I will end my turn and look up at Cecilia and be like, oh, hello. I didn't want to marry her, so I came back here.
Yeah, I heard.
Yes,
Where
but
are
Daddy-
Artemisia and your dad?
Father has turned into a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he is at this point I would assume trying to end that woman who is trying to marry me unfaithfully. Yes.
All right, that works.
Yes.
Is this guy dead?
I don't know. He has this. He's holding
No,
on to
he's
the
still
book.
alive.
yeah, he whispers, "I'm not dead." And I
You want to
be
change
afraid of
that,
you.
or you want to run away home right now?
I
It's
fear
not-
her
it's
more
not
than
my
I fear you.
Oh,
No.
I can't intimidation check right now because it's not my turn, right?
No, yeah, you do it next turn if
Yeah.
you want. That's just, I mean, you know, this is just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so afterwards, it is going to be Artemisia's turn.
I have
Oh.
a small question.
So you hear a
Do they
commotion
have-
from inside the house as people move inside the house. But then it's Artemisia's turn afterward.
So the banishment has not been interrupted. Oh, but it's still that wasn't that long ago. I forget.
Also, you do remember that it's if you banish things that are not from this realm.
That was going to be my question.
yeah.
I was going to make sure they're not native, so they go home. Okay. Because otherwise they're going to appear in the stairway and oops. Okay.
So Artemisia still invisible, right?
Yep.
And so her idea is that she's gonna go sort of stealthily as she can up to the carriage because the matron's on top of the carriage, right?
Yep.
So that the matron is sort of within her spell range on top of the carriage. And what she's trying to do is hit her with sleep. And so what she wants to do is place the sphere so it's not getting other people because she's worried that like one of the guards would fall asleep first. So she wants all of that to go on to the matron. With it being up in the air, she's hoping that like she can just sort of not clip into other people.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 15.
You debate whether. So you've seen the matron pull out a few wizards from her pouch so far. You don't know what else she's got in there. So the question is which creatures would fall asleep in what order? And so how much would you need to do that?
Oh, okay.
But
Had Sturge to steal that
Can-
pouch.
Can she lightning bolt the pouch? Like it'll
you
kind
can
of hit the
absolutely lightning bolt the pouch. Oh my god.
Let's see what she got in there. I'm tired of seeing. Let's not make this any more surprises.
You've gone full Team Rocket, and you've just chosen to go after the Pokeballs rather than like the trainer.
Well, they're probably fairly powerful. Because if I lightning bolt her, it'll go to that guard.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Oh, welcome, Raiders. I think
Yes.
Chad has given them a good synopsis of what's going on.
Okay, so casting it at 4th level. Boom.
Ooh.
Total damage 42.
Total
Dex
damage
save
42.
DC 16.
You said total damage 42?
Yeah.
If that bag has more hit points than I do, I'm gonna be so upset.
It does not. And neither do the things. Well, okay. So basically, the lightning bolt goes off, and you see, like, first of all, it cuts across the matron, and it like silhouettes her like inside of the lightning for a moment, and like what you don't feel like it actually did as much to her as like you were expecting it to do, and she like disappears before your eyes, but like the bag that she had like next to her has bursted open, and 4 more wizards have tumbled out of it smoking. They're like, like their robes are smoking and charred, and their eyes are like rolled up into the back of their heads because they're like unconscious. And
4 in 1, yeah.
So
Wow.
you hear her scream, "My husbands! What have you done?"
Maybe Theodore was right to be worried.
So that is Artemisha's turn. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so these 4 wizards have tumbled onto the top of the carriage, and their bodies are sort of just like unconsciously, on top of it now. So Nigel, it is your turn.
Okay. I run over. At first, a tail attack the guard who still remains.
All the guards are down now.
Perfect. Great,
The
great,
fireball
great,
took them out. So what you see in front of you, there's like 4 wizards on top of the carriage. You can tell that they're like stunned. You're not quite sure if they will get back up. But at least for now, they are incapacitated. And then make me a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, I will do just that. Here we go. 16.
So you get a sense for where you could scent the matron, and so you know that she's actually like a little bit off to the side of the carriage now, maybe about 10 feet to your left.
Awesome. You Artemisia see as the little gremly has reached out in your direction from the T-Rex's chest and is sort of reaching out, waving at you, and then you hear it go, Atulu Maita! And then the T-Rex turns and goes, and just bites at an invisible thing. And I'm going after the matron.
Roll to hit. Come on, ooh, let me see. Let me think here. D&D is one of those weird games. So you're invisible, so you're rolling with advantage. But she's invisible.
No, I'm uninvisible now.
Oh, you're
Unless
uninvisible.
that wand of invisibility was greater invisibility, I would be uninvisible at this point.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So I'd be rolling with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah. Here we go. Come on, Chris. Come on. Winterfell. Okay.
Added
Disadvantage.
D4.
Yes. All right. 29 or 28 to hit.
Okay,
So 28.
yeah, that hits.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Again, escape DC, so strength or strength or acrobatics or athletics, DC 17, and then 33 points of damage.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. She rolled a 14 on her dex save. You said it was a dex save, yeah?
Yeah, either one. Yeah. So
and how much damage?
33.
33? Okay. Good lord.
Is she medium or smaller, or is she bigger than that?
She's medium.
Okay, so she's grappled, right? So speed 0. Speed to 0.
All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you hear her shriek with pain as she's like writhing in your mouth. You could feel it, but you can't see it.
Okay, that's it. I got her. That's
Oh
it.
my
I don't need to attack anything else at this moment.
Okay. So, Cecilia,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Okay. So we're standing over the wizard who is not dead but close.
Very close.
Okay. I hate to like it just
Wasted
feels bad.
entire turn.
Yes. It also just feels bad, like just, killing a guy when he's down.
Well, he was standing up only a moment ago. If that makes
That's
you feel
fair.
anything.
That's fair. You know what I'm gonna do, because I haven't done it yet. Is I am going to trigger my Fey presence. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm gonna try and frighten him.
Oh, nice.
Because he said he was more scared of her than of me.
It's a challenge.
So
7. Okay, I don't think that makes it.
okay. No, it had to be a 17. So she leans over and she's just sort of seeping that sort of like shadowy darkness, and it smells the flinty coldness of a deep winter cave. And she's going to go, "Are you sure you're afraid of the right person? This is your chance to get out of here."
His eyes go wide and he like begins to scoot backwards away from you.
Okay. And I'm going to see. I feel like she'd grab Theodore and start for around the house towards the roaring.
But wait, so he like scoots
Yeah.
backwards, but then he looks at you and he's like, he whispers, "You're so intimidating. I think I love you.
Okay, don't make this weird.
I want to divorce her and marry you."
Oh, you're married. Okay, yeah. I have a boyfriend.
So? I can take care
He's
of you.
as
I'm a
much as I
wizard.
can handle.
I-
Okay. Wow.
If you change your
No.
mind, I'll be here.
Get off my property.
Yes, ma'am. And then he scoots away.
Just eating the imaginary popcorn as both of this has just changed everything. This is great. A show to pay
Stop
for.
looking at me. Come
Okay.
on, we have to go help them. And she's gonna grab Theodore and try to pull him around the house.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you around the house. So Theodore, that's your move action. But you can see in front of you is Nigel as a T-Rex, just chomping on something invisible, but you could tell that he's got something in his mouth. And then like Artemisia next to the carriage, there's like still like smoke near her that has like dissipated. That's dissipating into the air.
Sort of
at
the
end
smell of ozone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that there are 2 husbands still in the house, and I don't feel like dealing with them at all. So, right in front of the house, I'm going to cast Silence in front of the door. So, if they try and cast a spell as soon as they walk out, they probably won't get it off. And after that, I will look at Miss Cecilia, and I will be like, which, by the way, all of my blessed drops, everyone. My life is more important than yours. Okay, so, so you all know. And then I'm going to look at everyone over there, and I look at Miss Cecilia and be like, "Okay, after you," and I will sit basically right in front of the edge of my silence. I will be right behind you. Yes.
Mighty eye roll.
Yes. I assume that's all of my action economy, as they say.
Yes. So afterwards, you do see everybody. Like you see 4 guards and 2 wizards running out of the house, and the 2 wizards are pointing at Nigel, like making gestures into the air. Nigel T-Rex, but they suddenly stop as like no words are coming out of their mouth, and they begin to look confused, and then they kind of look at you, and then they begin to like, move.
I point at Cecilia.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay. A 15.
They both move towards us. They both turn to Cecilia and they begin marching towards Cecilia. But
All right.
Artemisia, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I was going after the Countess, but I think that's being taken care of by other people. So I think I'm going to cast my sleep on. So is the guard that was taking damage for her still up? Would I've
No.
noticed that before? Oh, okay.
He's down.
So who's left that
The guy's coming for me.
There's 2 wizards and 4 guards and the Countess.
okay. And so I can see Cecilia and help her.
You can. I mean, the wizards are like marching towards Cecilia, but they are wizards. It's not like they are very physically intimidating. They just look like they really have a bone to pick with her.
Well, I mean, I could sleep them. They probably don't have much in the way of hit points.
Oh, nice.
Are they close enough that I could get them with 1 sphere?
Yeah.
20-foot sphere? Okay. I'm going to sleep those wizards. Take a little nap. You deserve it.
Let's go to sleep in the silence.
Did it do it? No? Okay.
I don't know. You gotta tell me how many
Okay.
HP you rolled.
So first 18 and then I gotta roll another silly thing. 18 plus 5. So 23.
One of the wizards, the one that had the green robes on, who Cecilia blasted before, you could tell he probably part of his robe is like torn off his shoulder. He like mid stride slips to the ground and then just begins like snoozing. Do you want to do anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Nigel.
Okay. Start with a good old bite attack. This person is incapacitated. That's all that grappling does at this moment in time. They are restrained, I guess. Actually, my apologies. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained, and so attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and its attack rolls have disadvantage. So I would make my bite attack with advantage here as I just chomp down. Thank goodness.
Okay.
13 to hit, actually. Not that high.
13 does not hit.
Devastating. All right,
And
that's fine.
as you do not hit her, you see it's like she makes like a snide comment from like inside your mouth, like, oh, can't even damage me at this position. Huh? And you have to take 5 points of psychic damage.
Oh my god, is this vicious mockery?
No.
Oh, thank god.
This
All right,
is-
so 5.
This is a monster ability that I'm just using.
Rad. Love it. Okay. Yeah. So I my teeth sort of chip on each other as this happens, as I bite down, the psychic damage hits, and the little Gremley is continuing to reach out towards Artemisia. And Artemisia, as you see this happening, you see then the Gremley sort of turn and shift as my body is moving, and it is reaching out towards Theodore. And you hear it starting to be like, it goes, Nitika!
Okay, now I should be in earshot, so can I hear what it says?
Save me!
Oh no.
Oh, look at him. He's so happy.
Okay.
So that's the end of Nigel's turn. It is Cecilia's turn.
Oh,
No.
good, because I have some questions that might require some roles. I think Cecilia. So the Gremley said, "Save me." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think in Cecilia's paranoid mind, what's clearly happened is that the Gremley and Nigel have swapped spots, and maybe they have been swapped all along. Because that's real weird. But in the moment, does it seem to be asking Theodore to save it?
Make an insight check.
Oh, for crying out loud. 14.
Cecilia, you remember at the very beginning of this adventure, you rolled
Yeah.
a 15, and there were still depths of things you did not know that were
Yeah.
going on. And with a 14, all you get is that this little gremlin is reaching in your and Theodore's direction, saying,
Okay.
"Save me."
Okay.
And there is probably a lot more in that statement.
I hate that I cannot tell.
Well, but do
Okay,
you have enough
DM.
to make a decision, or
I can give anything more. If you need a nudge in the direction of a decision, I can help cue you a little bit for that.
Yeah. Okay. So DM, I have a question.
uh-huh.
My understanding of what the Gremlin is this thing alive? Is this like a creature? Or is this an object?
So when you looked at it,
Mhm.
you've looked at it many times throughout this adventure, and you've got Eldritch Sight, so you could tell that it's been magical. It is
Yeah.
magical, like a magical thing, but you haven't really tested much of it. You haven't even held it, so
Yeah. I did not want to touch it.
fair.
Kind of creepy. So, okay, again, Cecilia is a little bit paranoid, and so impulse is something weird's going on. Something weird's going on. We do have a cleric, so I am wondering if I Eldritch Blast it, if it's an object, it won't take damage, but the T-Rex will. So I would like to go ahead and direct Eldritch Blast at that, assuming that there has been some sort of weird transfer of souls. And if not, I'm so sorry, but you know what? It's just safe this way. So 26.
Blasting the
8.
T-Rex, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The T-Rex or the gremlin?
I was gonna hit the Gremlin. Can I hit the Gremlin with one and the T-Rex with the other?
You
I want
totally
there to be
can.
splash damage, but there's not. Okay, so the 26 for the Gremlin and 28 for the T-Rex.
Madam!
What is the T-Rex's AC?
T-Rex's AC is 13, and if I'm operating the gremlin as I'm operating it, the AC would also be 13.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, yeah, so one of your blasts hits the Gremlin, and roll for
the-
damage.
16 to the Gremlin.
Okay.
And 12 to the T-Rex.
It does not hit the T-Rex. You rolled an 8, right? You
No.
rolled an 8 to hit the
I have a
T-Rex?
28.
Yeah.
Oh, 28.
Unless
Oh, yeah,
that
that definitely
T-Rex
hits.
is a god, I definitely hit it.
No, I heard 8. But yeah, definitely hit. Okay.
Madam, that is my father and my toy.
Yeah,
Please.
some weird tap. Actually, you stay right there. Stay right there.
Hey, no, you
Yeah.
don't. I pay you. You don't tell me what to do. No one tells me what to do.
Watch me, kid. Did the Gremlin?
Do you
Did the
want me?
Gremlin take damage?
Yeah. Do you want me to describe this, Yang?
Sure,
Yang, or
yeah,
do
you got
okay,
this.
yeah.
I'll correct. I'll
Um,
just adjust it if I need to.
Yeah, the gremlin shrivels in bits of pain as it gets hit, and you can see that it already was pretty hurt.
Yeah.
And you see it again, like very quickly. I mean, this is happening in seconds, right? But it says, "Oh, save me!" And the T-Rex, in its kind of moment of reaction, it looks at you, and it just drops whatever's in its mouth.
What kind of emotion is in the eyes of the T-Rex? Is it sort of like a knowing, like it sort of realizes something?
You think that that right at this moment in time, the T-Rex is sort of looking at you, and with a 14 insight, and Theodore, I think it's just natural. You two, as the adventurers, see this T-Rex looking at you. This T-Rex is like, you found out. And I don't like that. That's the kind of vibe it's giving.
Guys, the T-Rex is not Nigel. I don't know what you did.
Wait one moment here.
I think your dad's a Gremlin.
Father, you have some explaining to do. Come here.
Well, Theodore,
Now!
it is your turn,
No,
Theodore.
don't come
Theodore!
here. Come here.
And Theodore is marching up to the T-Rex. And he looks over at like the wizard that's coming towards him. He'd be like, 1 moment. I cannot what you want. She is the one you need. She is, and I actually will dismiss the silence because that's the thing that.
Come on. Okay, apparently we gotta take them both out.
And I walk over to the T-Rex, and I can't really dismiss the polymorph because it's not like something I'm focusing on. So I sit there and I just start speaking to both of them, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Obviously they're probably not going to say much of anything because they're them.
Yeah, you sort of realize to yourself, like in this moment, like only you can really tell which one is your real father, because only you know your father well enough, and you know his mannerisms and his being.
Yeah. So, does this thing look undead or anything like that? Like, it's
The
not
gremlin?
like any
No.
eldritch anything. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna try and see if I can figure out which one's my dad and which one's not my dad.
Yeah, okay. So how do you how are you gonna do that? Or if you need a moment, I could go on to Artemisia and then we come back to you.
I think I would have to do something that dealt with numbers, and then I think I could just straight up say, "At what age did I command my first toy from you, father?" And I would just wait to see which one, like how many fingers each one of the two raise up, either the Gremlin or the T-Rex.
I think the T-Rex would do like a maximum of 4. Like it's limited. But okay. So okay, so how many fingers is each of them gonna put up, Jake?
Okay. I need to think about this for a second. Can we have Artemisia go? Like this is happening sort of at the same time. 1 second.
It would be sad if nobody knew the answer. Okay. All right, Artemisia. So you see there's a wizard that's still marching up to Cecilia. There's 4 guards behind him, but the guards are like they don't know what the heck is going on. And they're sort of looking for the matron. They seem very concerned because they don't see her where they expected to see her, and they see like a bunch of the guards and the wizards on top of the carriage all like injured. So you also see the Theodore marching up to the T-Rex, and he says something to the T-Rex and the Gremlin. But you did hear Cecilia also shout that there's something wrong with that. What did you shout again? There's something wrong with Nigel?
I think I said that's not Nigel. Nigel is the Gremlin.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so they're going to deal with that. I don't know that Artemisia needs to wait in.
You're like, that's a you problem.
So the matron, when the T-Rex spit her out,
Still invisible.
still invisible. But can Artemisia make sort of conclusions about where something was spit?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. And then watch me roll like crap. But
You could get advantage because you do watch it spit it out.
okay.
Like she isn't moving around or sneaking around or
Sure.
anything,
21. Yay.
Yeah, okay. So you generally know where she is.
Okay. So the question is, I I feel like I mean, so that one guard is gone, so I could just lightning bolt in that area. That seems like a bad plan, but also an excellent plan. So let's do that. Okay. Total damage 35. Save Dex 16.
Okay. So your lightning like crosses the area and you see the silhouette of her like sort of appear within the lightning once again as you manage to catch her. But it again does not do as much damage as you would expect it to do. but it's still pretty darn good. Okay, and so now we are going to go back to Nigel.
Yeah. Theodore, you ask at what age? And Theodore, we're gonna do a moment here. I'm gonna hold up my hands. Fortunately, I only have to hold up 4 fingers maximum for one of the 2 creatures. I'm gonna do a little bit of we're gonna do it at the same time. We're gonna count down from 3, and you're gonna name the age, and I'm gonna try to get the age correct.
Love it.
Okay. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, shoot, right?
Sure.
So here we go. So this will be T-Rex, and this will be the Gremlin.
Yeah.
So 3, 2, 1, shoot.
2.
The T-Rex got it right.
Oh.
T-Rex got it right. This one is my father. What are you talking about? He answered something only he would know.
Okay, second option. You're both evil. We take both of you out.
Who's evil?
Or the Gremlin's evil. I don't know. Guys, I'm really confused.
I don't understand. How about this? If
We
you
kill
still...
all 3 of you and then figure it out in the afterlife. That's the
One-
third option.
One moment, you're so quick to try and kill people. And I just cast detect magic. Which one looks like my dad's, and which one looks like an evil creature that's probably having enchantment on it, or like not?
You can't quite tell with detect magic. You can just tell what is magical.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
the Gremlin is magical.
What type of magic does it have on it?
What do I need to tell you according to the spell?
Evocation, enchantment, what is it? It's
Enchantment.
whatever the school is. Okay,
Enchantment.
School
so the
of Magic.
Gribbley is enchanted. And I know that the T-Rex is polymorphed. Okay. Gribbley's enchanted. That's not what I was expecting. What I will say is, let's wait on the poly. That doesn't prove anything. We have to. Dad, can you not be a T-Rex for me?
Artemisia! Hit it with the dispel magic!
One sec. So you study it a little bit. It is enchanted, but you also sense necromancy.
Oh, that's not my dad. Is it? It's necrotic. These are evil
My dad,
things.
is it?
There are evil things here. Please, Dad, get out of the T-Rex form. We need to have a conversation right now. Please.
Are the wizards still there? I'm sorry, it's not my turn.
Just one.
I'm just getting excitable.
Yeah, and so that's my turn. I'm scared now. Like there's things are wrong.
Boy, I think. Okay, so I think the lady gets up from the ground. The Countess gets up from the ground. And she casts a spell on the T-Rex.
Good. She's on my
Give
side.
me a wisdom saving throw.
6.
Okay. So you are charmed by her. And so she's attempting to walk up to you and take the Gremlin. So,
Dang.
let's see. Boy, she's going to command you to like lean down. And then she reaches up and she like plucks the Gremlin doll out from your chest. And so that is the end of her turn. And it is going to be Artemisia's turn. Oh, sorry, I skipped Cecilia. Cecilia.
Okay. I only have cantrips in the Great Axe. And there's a wizard that's there. I don't know what kind of magic he's got. I have shouted to Artemisia to cast Dispel Magic on the Gremlin. And I'm tempted to try and be real intimidating at the wizard and see if they get excited about doing something to make me happy. Since
Yes.
that worked before. Okay, so I'm gonna try and intimidate them. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like,
He's
"Hey, you
wearing gray
losers!"
robes. He's wearing gray robes. He's got the eye on the robes.
Okay, I'm gonna get up unadvisedly close, like I have all the confidence in the world, and I'm gonna be like, "What are you doing with someone like her? Prove to me that you're not a worm. Show me you can cast Dispel Magic on that thing." It's not great. I'm running out of ideas.
Oh
But
my
I rolled
god,
a
I love it.
23.
Oh my god, I love it. You tell that all these
Okay.
husbands are masochists, and oh my goodness, he rolled a 3. So
Just going in for the like loud, fast, confusing.
it's like he looks at
Apparently
you.
weird, sexy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
so
like
he's
he
not
looks at you. It's like
comfortable
he
with that part.
sees you for the first time tonight. He like really sees you, and
I'm
he
really glad I'm
begins.
wearing the mask. She's just like behind the mask. She's like, not her jam.
It's like, oh my goodness, you intimidating creature. What's your name?
I'll tell you once you cast the spell.
You wanted me to
Put
cast.
the axe under his chin. It's not a sword. It's not a sword, so this is very awkward. And she realizes as she's doing it, this maybe is not the sexy move that it would be if she had a sword or like a proper
Oh,
rod.
he loves it. He
But
loves it.
Yeah, she's gonna take a great axe and stick it under his chin and be like,
He's like, you promised me more?
yes.
Okay.
So much more.
I-
More than you can handle.
Oh, okay. I guess this isn't going against my wife's wishes too much.
Care
is
what
it?
she wants.
I don't know. Oh, you're right. Oh my god, you're so intimidating. And then he casts Dispel Magic on the
I'm
Gremlin.
so glad that Sarshan's at his drum circle or whatever, because this would have fallen apart so fast.
Ooh, okay. So the Dispel Magic hits the Gremlin, and boy, you see a layer of magic. Theodore and Cecilia, both of you can see, can detect magic, and you sense a layer of necromancy being dissipated and peeling back. As Nigel, you feel yourself like being like your perspective gets like really small and stretched, as if you're being like ripped from some like where you were, and then you're being you suddenly switch perspectives into something that's incredibly large and looking down at your son Theodore and the Gremlin doll, and then the matron holding the Gremlin doll.
Is he
It's
still
much-
charmed?
No, because it
Okay.
is a different thing that got charmed. So that's Cecilia's turn. It is Artemisia's turn.
Kill the wizard, quick.
So the dispel magic was cast. Sorry, I missed. Did he cast dispel magic?
He did, yeah.
He did.
Okay. So because Artemisia was ready to do it. I mean, so I burned sorcery points to get back a spell slot because you didn't have it for dispel magic, but I think instead I will use that spell slot. It's time to do the sleep them all and sort them out later. So I mean, if I try to sleep the T-Rex, like that's not going to happen, I don't think. One presumes.
You sense when the dispel magic occurred, like some shift happened between the Gremlin and the T-Rex. You saw like shining lights between them.
Well, I mean, I could sleep the Gremlin, or like sleep and then it would go to the fewer hit points creature, and then it just wouldn't do anything to the T-Rex. So let's do that for the hell of it. Okay. It says 26
Hit points
hit points. Yeah.
to the T-Rex.
To both of them. So Gremlin first.
Okay.
presumably.
Great. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the
Fall
Gremlin.
asleep,
So what
blame
was
the
the
matron.
what was the Gremlin's like initial reaction after it swapped with you, Nigel?
I think so. So after it swapped back, right, it got restored. I think the Gremly looks towards Theodore in this moment as it's being grabbed by the matron, and it starts speaking. And I'm gonna just say it predominantly in common because Cecilia could understand this, right? But you hear it kind of be like, and then in Cecilia, you're like, you hear it as it goes, Theodore, I can give you everything you wanted. Your life will change with me gone. It's over.
Theodore's just like looking at the matron, pissed off that she has his toy. Not understanding anything that the Gremlin is saying.
Yeah,
I
but,
feel like I am
as a
still
gremlin-
like, wait, which one's Nigel now?
as the Gremlin is reaching out, the sleep spell then hits it, and its body goes limp. And its
Your
eyes close.
life is over. Your life is me.
I'm
So
gonna just sorry, I'm just saying to Theo, I'm just gonna suggest you don't want that toy actually. But anyway.
so the matron is holding the doll, and then she turns around to all of you and says, "All right, now I've gotten what I come here for. I see it's cost me a bit more than I was originally expecting to pay, but I have it. Now, I wish to leave with it, and if you resist, then I will be forced to retaliate further."
Quick question. What is that thing actually?
What do you mean?
I
It's
mean
the hottest toy of
that-
the season. It's a Gremly doll.
Okay, but it did some magic jar soul swapping nonsense. Are you sure that it's alive? It's alive.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's supposed to be alive. It's supposed to be every kid's best friend.
Okay, wait.
It's supposed to be my best friend. Now give it back.
Oh, no. I have this now. I'm going to give it to my daughter, and you can't stop me.
I don't think you should be giving that to a child. That thing is not a toy. It's something alive, and it stole that man's soul or
I
swapped or something.
could I attack her?
Yeah, you can absolutely attack her if you want.
I don't know what's going on yet, but I do know that one of these things have my dad in it, or is my dad. So I'm gonna do an inflict wounds on her. And I might as well make it 3rd level.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Let's see if I get her or not. It's a 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay. So that's only 23 damage.
What damage type is it?
Necrotic damage.
Okay. So that is enough. As you hit her with the spell, her skin begins to wither a bit as she's shrunken a little, like a balloon that suddenly lost some of its air, and she falls to the ground unconscious.
Okay.
And I slowly pick up the Grimly.
Don't touch it. Just smack him with the axe.
He's got the
Like the
Gremly in his
side of it.
hand.
I walk over to
You
my
were far away. Cecilia.
Oh, what? Oh.
I just walk over to the T-Rex and be like, could you please stop being a T-Rex for one moment? We need to have a conversation. All of us. One big happy family.
I will drop T-Rex.
Perfect.
I would like to walk over and yank the Gremly out of his hand and throw it on the ground.
Do you resist, Theodore?
I have to.
So, contested athletics checks.
I will probably lose.
I don't have a great athletics.
Uh,
Oh, you both rolled a 16.
Wow.
We're just like, give it to me.
Yeah.
George,
Let him
it's
go.
dangerous.
You don't know that. It's just a toy.
Yeah, so you two grapple with it between the two of you. You're both pulling at it. And the two of you, it begins to rip because it's taken so much damage.
I feel like as soon as I hear that noise, I want to drop it.
I pull it back.
So a seam begins to pull apart as like sickly green light spills out, and you hear it wake up from its me and shriek, and it's like actually so Jake, do you want to do it? What would his death cry be?
You see as the seams start to tear and rip, and you hear it, and you actually hear its death cry, and similar to the trademark version of what we're referencing here, right? You hear it start to play back, almost like past experiences that it's been listening to all of this time. Theodore, you hear it in almost this necromantic voice of, "Father, get me what I want. Father, do what I can do. Father." And then you hear at the same time, you hear, "Yes, son, of course, I'll do whatever you want. Yes, son, I'll take care of everything, son. Father, I love you. Thank you, son. Thank you so much." And then it and dies.
Yeah.
I'm immediately casting mending, trying to fix it.
I want to chop it with my axe.
So he's bending it at the same time you're chopping it. So you're still getting nowhere.
You as you're starting to cast mending, Artemisia, you see, and Cecilia, you see, and Theodore, you see, as Nigel is standing there. And Theodore, actually, all three of you make an insight check extremely low. This is to see just how emotionally dense you are.
Got a 14.
I rolled a 9. I'm very focused on killing
A 5 for
horror.
Artemisia? A 5 from you, Artemisia?
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. It was 5 or lower. You weren't going to pick up on this. So you do your thing. But Theodore and Cetsalia, you see as Theodore, you kind of like catch it as Nigel for a moment stands there after coming out of T-Rex form, still hands sort of like looked like this as he's standing there. And you see him watch you for a second, Theodore, and there's like a moment where you hear all these playing voice lines from the death of this gremlin, and you see as Nigel is sort of like, almost like a weight has been lifted off his shoulders for a second, and he's like excited about what you were about to do, Theodore. And then you notice it as much as Cetalia does, as you go, "Mending!" Nigel is reweighted and starts to just put on like a sad smile.
Giving you such a look.
I feel like Theodore picks the Grimly back up and like stares at Cetsalia and looks at his dad and then looks back at Cetsalia. He goes like, "Fine, she can have it." And then he throws it down onto the unconscious body. And he looks at his father. He says, "I hope you're happy." And, almost like in tears in his eyes, like the first time he's ever getting told somewhat of a version of no. But he is like in the back of his mind kind of happy that he has his actual dad. And as that's happening, he says, "You need to clean yourself up. You look ridiculous." And he'll cast and he'll use his first or he'll look at everybody. "You all look ridiculous." And he's looking at everybody that's like even the husbands that are passed out and everybody. And so he's going to use his divinity, and I have 40 points to give out to everyone. First, he's gonna heal up his dad. Then he's gonna heal up Cetsalia. He's gonna give, and then he's gonna distribute the rest evenly among everybody else that's within 30 feet of him to like get them awake and not as dead or anything like that. And he'll try and give 1 point to the Grimly. And he's trying to give 1 point just secretly, like no one can see.
Nobody needs to know.
No one needs- and then be like, "Let's go home, Father. I have enough gifts at home already." And what? What do you want?
Payment.
You do notice
Nigel,
the smoking ruin of Briar House, at least the first floor.
Nigel steps over to both you, Artemisia, and you, Cecilia, and looks back at Theodore, and there's like tears in his eyes a little bit in this moment of time. Something has, you get the sense that something has now changed here. And he takes both your hands and says, I hope that on a fixed income, we would be able to pay you in a while.
How much is that breastplate worth? She's pointing at Theodore's giraffe.
When you point over at Theodore, he's in the pockets of our passed out matron over there, just pulling out all the gold that she had.
Looks like your son's taking care of it.
Yes, Father, for once, don't worry about it.
He's taking care of it.
He gives her the money. Let's go home. I'm tired.
Yes. 1 second, 1 second. Go forward without me.
Fine. I need my staff, and I'm like reaffixing all of my things and cleaning myself up and taking my staff. I'm not waiting for you when I get home. He just
Nigel steps forward to both of you, Artemisia and you, Cecilia, and takes both your hands, and you kind of see that he still has like the T-Rex hands for just a minute here, as he's still kind of like working out the kinks on it, and he goes, "Thank you both so much. I was trapped in there for so long, and."
Did the Gremlin do that? Or it wasn't, was it Theodore?
No, Theodore really wanted one, and I don't yet know how to say no. And so I broke into the mausoleum in the graveyard where someone was recently buried with one of the last Gremlins, and got him it. Don't tell him that that's how I did it, but I couldn't yet say no.
Yeah, okay.
I hope we can remain pen pals in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to move, so hopefully the forwarding works.
I'll put you on my winter card list.
Yes,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. You need to say no to him more, definitely.
How?
Yeah, just kind of put your mouth like this. No.
Oh, I'm not attempting to make a pass or anything, but you just have a very like dominant personality. It was really effective.
Father, come on! Mother is waiting at home.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, I'll do it. No, Theodore.
Yeah, this one I feel like I want you to say.
What did you
yes
say?
to, 'cause
Okay,
we're gonna go inside
I'm getting
now.
mixed messages, so I guess I'm gonna go. I just want to say thank you again so much, and happy midwinter, and
Happy midwinter.
we will be sure to send a few payments and hopefully clean all of this mess up. I have a really good lawyer, and goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So Nigel, he scoots off, constantly casting glances back at you, Cecilia, and then at some points, if he like kind of mistakenly senses like, oh, maybe she's giving me like a yes signal, he like begins to take a step back towards you, and you're like, wait, no, and then he like
You're
begins to
gonna,
walk
like,
off
turn
again, and he's like,
fully
wait,
towards
but
Artemisia. I want to make sure they're leaving, but also I have clearly Cecilia has inadvertently stepped into something. She's gonna turn to Artemisia and be like, am I giving off a weird vibe? Am I giving off a weird vibe or something? There's like
I guess I just liked your decorations.
And Theodore managed to give you enough treasure off the matron's body in order to pay off the repairs for Briar House.
Which is
So-
not happening tonight. I'm assuming.
Not happening tonight.
No. What do you say? We take this and we go to a nice place, like a nice inn. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the purple. We could do better than the Purple Lady, I feel like. Just something. And we just order like a lot of room service and use their decorations and deal with my melted dancing Elminster some other time.
And she's gonna hook her sort of elbow into Cecilia's and be like, maybe if it doesn't sing, I could repair it.
Okay.
So the two
But I
of
want
you,
a singing one in my room.
Okay.
so the two of you smile at each other, and you walk off arm in arm towards the fanciest inn that you know of in Westgate.
Go get
behind-
real drunk.
Real drunk. You're warmed by the small fires that are still going on the first floor of Briar House. So everybody learned something this midwinter, whatever it was, who knows, but something. So thank you everybody for joining us this holiday special. And we'll see how we could possibly carry this forward into next year.
As the credits roll at the end credit, you see, and in the midst of the burning Briar House, you see the camera slowly zoom in on the Gremley, and then suddenly
Yes.
one eye goes.
Yes, exactly. The one
One hit point.
Yep. So thank you everybody for joining us. My name is Yang Wang. This is your last chance to enter the dice giveaway for Phoenix Dice. Use !ticket for a chance to enter, and I will choose the winner at the end of all of our outros. So, thank you so much for the subs. I saw Monk of Greyhawk gave us a sub earlier. Really appreciate that. And Original Angston with 5 community gift subs. Thank you. Hey, Monk of Greyhawk, 5 more community gift subs. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all of your support. Cecilia or Aaron.
Only one of us should be doing an outro. I'm Aaron M. Evans. I played Cecilia. You can follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky at Aaron M. Evans. You can join me on this channel every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific for Concentration Check, a co-writing space. Come get some work done with me and Yang Yang. And then on Wednesdays, after the new year, we will return with Fearful Symmetry, which is the current Wednesday game that I DM. Our players are trapped in a world full of shadows built of the lies they've told about themselves, but can they escape? You can also listen to my podcast, Writing About Dragons and Shit. We're off for the new year, but you can catch up with our previous episodes and pick up my book, Empire of Exiles, which is out now, or pre-order Relics of Ruin, a spooky skeleton mystery that comes out at the end of April. And once again, check out our sponsor, Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms at idlechampions.com.
Hey, I've been Rhiannon Held. Check out my books, Urban Fantasy under Rhiannon Held and Space Opera under RZ Held. And if you like EPUBs for ebooks, all my books at Smashwords are 50% off right now. So I'll put the link in the chat. Check that out. Tonight, thank you to our moderator, Rumpus Imperator.
I am Christian Hatcher. I played Theodore. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to listen to some more of me doing some crazy stuff, please check out Stardust and Dragons. There I play one half of the Two Short Men, and I use a southern accent while my cohort uses an Irish one. So that tells you as much fun as it is. We're Stardust and Dragons quite literally everywhere. We come out with episodes bi-weekly, so usually that's the second and fourth Monday of the month. And otherwise, you can look us up on Patreon at speakeasyproductions.com or Patreon /speakeasyproductions. And yeah, otherwise, thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully I can come back again and play some more crazy and angsty characters.
Jake, you're muted.
Thank you all. Yeah, my name is Jake Hipsch. You can see me on some Ink and Liar shows, but otherwise, I hope to return this to this series as well every so often. It's such a pleasure to play with all of you, and I learned so much. And it's a pleasure to watch the chat and interact with you all, especially when you are messaging. God, that Gremlin looks kind of suspicious. Why does it have HP? And suddenly, yeah, you were on the mark. So it was such a pleasure. And again, I cannot recommend enough as somebody who has worked with and listens to Stardust and Dragons. Go and check it out. As Christian said, Stardust and Dragons everywhere. It is an incredible series that is very innovative. It's really exploring some and pushing edges on some of the ways that you can play TTRPGs. So go take a listen, take a gander, listen to a Scottish draw or a Southern drawl and enjoy yourself. So thanks everybody so much.
Yeah, please link that in our Discord later on. I'll drop you guys a link or a channel that you can put it in. Now I'm going to choose a winner for the dice giveaway.
Ooh.
And that winner is going to be Original Angston.
Hey,
Congratulations!
perfect.
I'll DM you with instructions. But have a happy holidays, everyone. And may they be safer and tamer than what we just experienced tonight. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Mm-hmm.